Hey there! Welcome to the first installment of the Creature Features trailer show. And I am joined with my special guest, Matt Ramboraph4life, for this first episode. Hopefully, it's the first of many, because I think it's just a really fun concept, fun idea. It's something that kind of ties back to what I did before I even met Matt, and also what we used to do when we were chatting more on Skype. I used to take this book called The Creature Features Movie Guide, and I do have it, but well, actually, I have a wireless headset on, so I'll just grab it right now. I'm so used to having like wires and stuff. Yeah, we got the same one. Creature Features. So I used to go on Video Detective, which is a website, and I used to check out that website and watch trailers from that book for like hours when I was a teenager. And then when I met Matt and we started chatting more and got to know each other more, we actually would spend a couple hours sometimes just watching random trailers. So I thought like it'd be a fun thing to do to just put together a playlist and then we would just watch random trailers and react to them. And then you guys can join in because I have links in the chat. You just got to scroll up. I will post a playlist link right here, actually. Um, just for those of you who haven't had enough time to download the raw file, because the raw file will take a while. But I'm gonna post the playlist link for you, and just for those of you who weren't able to get it earlier. Um, Sorry, just the playlist links are different compared to. Okay,
Right.
I have to click on the playlist before I can send the playlist link.
Gotcha.
So there's a YouTube playlist link for you. And I guess someone's really excited. Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad you're excited.
Hey there, friend.
Um,
For those wondering,
uh,
I can't see the chat because I have my phone here. I can't see the chat, and then the video I'm watching is full screen, so I can't see the chat. But if anyone's out there, hello there. Hope you're doing well.
and
Thanks
yeah,
for
we're
having
doing
me,
pretty
Mike. This
good.
will be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you could join
Yep.
me. One of my rare nights off because I'm working a lot. So yeah, well, Greg, you're gonna be in for a treat because there's a lot of classic horror that's featured in this playlist, and there's also a lot of other stuff as well. Hey there, Predmator. So yeah, I guess I'll just wait a little bit longer to see if more people, will join in and maybe ask a few questions to Matt. Have you seen
Sure.
some of the more recent trailers that have come out lately for stuff?
Uh, yeah, vaguely Garfield,
There was a new
Plagues.
Garfield that came out. I didn't know about that one. I
Yeah, Chris
read that
Pratt.
Chris Pratt was cast as
Yeah, they
Garfield, but
released a trailer, animated
uh,
trailer.
yeah,
For the
well, at least
animated film, they released a trailer for it.
okay. Why is Chris
Um,
Pratt being cast as every character nowadays? It's kind of surprising.
eh,
What did you think about the
I
trailer?
mean, he was. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind Garfield. I never needed to see movies of it. I
Yeah.
just go back and watch the Halloween specials.
Yeah, I'll just watch
Um,
Garfield and Friends with the original, Lorenzo music. Um, yeah, 50/50 is awesome. That's a classic, Alex. You and your bing bongs.
yeah, I love the film. Yes, yeah, like you said, Alice, not on Blu-ray. I don't think it ever will be. Um,
That'd be a fun Kino Lorber title.
it would.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm having some doubts about it too because it's Eli Roth. I mean, those are the big reasons why I have doubts about it, and for a good reason. Like,
It,
what was the last good film that he did?
I'm one of the few that like Death Wish for what it was,
I didn't mind it either, to be honest. So I would say that's probably the
and
last one.
but Thanksgiving just looked generic to me, just like any other slasher film, and I don't know.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. Thanks for the super chat. What if Seth Rogen
That's
did a
for you.
RoboCop remake as Fred? Fred movie is RoboCop with this high pitched. That would be fucking terrible. That would be atrocious. That would be awful on levels that are unknown to most modern men. Yeah, that would probably be even worse than the RoboCop remake, if that's possible. Um, have I? No, I haven't played Rogue City. I have a decent enough PC. I could probably play it. But I'll probably wait a little bit. But I will strongly consider getting it for Steam. And then maybe doing some playthrough stuff.
Hmm.
I'd be a total newbie because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with a lot of modern video games, but
Well, that's the fun of it. That'd be the fun of it.
that could be for sure. Definitely. Um Hey there, Knife Snake. I'm doing pretty good. Monsters are mythical creatures. I'd like to see them play the hero in the movie. I think it might be kind of interesting to do like I've always felt like if you take a slasher character like Jason and then you do something different with it, is if he's kind of like not necessarily a hero, but he's kind of a temporary sort of thing where like he's like the lesser of two evils. I think that would be kind of
Hmm.
interesting. To kind of switch things up a little bit. Um, they've done stuff with Frankenstein, like they did that in the Monster Squad. Um, and Night of Snake, I would recommend if you haven't seen it yet. I would recommend The Fly too, because that's a monster movie. That's a creature feature where the monster is the hero.
Hmm.
Um, no, DJ, I don't have a Twitch, but yeah. All right, I think it's been long enough. We got about like 20 people in here. It's a pretty long compilation. So I am going to do a countdown. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna press play. For those of you who have the playlist, it should automatically have the first trailer. Everything's in order on the YouTube playlist. If you have the raw file, everything's the same as what Matt and I are going to be watching. So 3, 2, 1, pressing play.
Okay, so obviously it's Abby based
Yes.
on the.
Uh huh. This film is kind of interesting because it was I think it was taken out of theaters at one point, right, Matt? It's like a
Was it?
copyright thing or something. I think I read something where like they got sued by Warner Brothers because it was like a
Oh,
rip
okay,
off
yeah,
of
I
The
didn't.
Exorcist. I don't think it's ever
Yeah, I
been
mean you could
released
tell it's a
officially
rip
on
off
home
that
video.
because there's Blackula himself.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the guy who played Blackula
Yes, it is.
as the bishop.
That looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean it's a Blastportation Exorcist ripoff. It doesn't seem like much.
No.
Abducted, okay, it's Charlie Manson with a gun.
This is Forest Warrior with Chuck Norris.
Okay. Been rolling around the mud, I guess.
Yeah. She's getting abducted. To let me touch it.
How long can you be out here until you touch you?
Sounds like the Unsolved Mysteries theme in the background for a second. What is this, like
Well, shoot
Stockholm
him.
Syndrome? Stockholm Syndrome, the movie?
No, stupidity syndrome.
Yeah.
So she's walking away in panties. Okay. Abducted. Yeah, it was like a barely made for video.
Yeah. What the fuck? What is that, a ram's head that rolled down the hill?
Seems like it.
This looks like the kind of film that Vinegar Syndrome would like release for like $35 on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it seems like it. Jan Michael Vincent and Dan Hatterty. Wow.
Yeah.
Jan Michael Vincent from TV show Airwolf and Burroughs
Alienator,
Hooper.
and then
Yeah,
Dan
Dan
Haggerty
Hatterty
from
from
Elves.
Grizzly Adam. Yeah, helps. Just a sequel to the one we just saw? Looks like the same guy in the same situation.
I think it might be.
Mountain
Oscar
Man
worth.
said, "Come on, bitch!"
This is
In
Oscar
a kung
worthy
fu
acting.
stance. How many mountain men have kung fu stances? Come on, bitch!
The
So that is
subtitle makes no
in the
sense. The
sequel.
reunion. The reunion? And also there's two abducted movies?
Apparently. Ah, the Abominable Dr. Fives. I still haven't seen this
Aha.
film.
Now
It's
this
one
is
of the
a
more
classic.
familiar, one of the more famous Vincent Price films, but I've never
Yes.
seen it.
It's pretty good.
Hmm.
Got a lot of creative kills. Like in a lot of ways, it's kind of a proto slasher if you think about it, because of the various different types of ways that Dr. Fibes kills people in this movie.
Hmm. Hmm.
I definitely like this one more than the sequel, Dr. Fibes Rises Again.
Okay. How come?
I just felt Dr. Fibes Rises Again just wasn't as good in terms of the writing, really.
Hmm.
It's the Penal Planet.
Abraxas. Yeah, I've seen this film. This is
Yeah,
awful.
this.
And this guy like a didn't this get a Blu-ray?
I don't think it did. It has a DVD.
DVD.
It's probably gonna get a Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome with a slipcover in 2024. Uh,
Yeah, somehow Sven Thorson from Arnold's buddy, who's in big roles in The Running Man, who's his security guard. I guess he gotta go score some steroids. He got the star in this.
yes, and yeah, this is pretty fucking
Jesse Ventura.
bad.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura is a good guy. James Belushi's in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I think his wife was working on the film, and that's why he did the film for his wife or something.
there's also a lot of product placement in it. I think for Pepsi again.
The Abyss. That's a classic.
Yes, one of my all-time favorites. And speaking of the Abyss, it's getting a theatrical re-release in December on the 6th. in 4K. It's gonna be the 4K remaster, and I think I'll try to check it out.
So is the
Cause I
theatrical, is that the actual release on 4K
it is gonna get a
of the
4K
film?
release next year.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think what
People kept telling
happened.
me it's like, oh, it's coming out in December. I'm like, I don't remember hearing the film come out in December.
No,
So it was the theatrical they talked about. I
it's the
think they
theatrical release.
misinterpreted it.
It's
Okay.
coming out in yeah, it's coming out next year, for the
Hmm.
anniversary. And
You
honestly, if the
uploaded this
plan.
piece of music too.
Yeah,
This piece of
Kronos.
music
Yeah, I
on
love
your other
this.
channel, I believe.
Yeah, I love this bit from this trailer. It's from a short film called Kronos, and, I
Called
always felt like it
Riding
was
the. It's called
oh
Riding
god,
the. I forget the title, but
something, writing the something, yeah. Yeah, I really like that one.
how did you
Yeah,
first see this film?
I actually saw it at VHS. It was a VHS tape, I think either my dad or one of my parents had. I remember watching it that way, and then they got the DVD, and I watched that a ton of times.
Yeah, this is a great movie.
Yes.
I
Didn't
actually
do as
prefer a
well
theatrical, so I'm
theatrically.
alone in that. But
Yeah. It does have better pacing, and honestly, you're not alone on that because I prefer the theatrical version. That's the one I watch the most. It's got better pacing, and I like the I'm okay with not seeing the giant tidal wave and all that other stuff.
yeah, for me, it makes it more mysterious.
Well, yeah, and there's also a lot of other differences in terms of the way that certain scenes play out. Yeah, this is one of those films that they'll never make a film like this again because of just the
No,
difficulty of making the movie. Shot it inside an abandoned nuclear reactor with water filled into it, and just so many just risky just things.
exactly. Yeah, that's a really good one.
I'm looking forward to when the 4K does eventually come out, but I'll see it in the theater. I think that could be really cool, really awesome experience. What the hell is this? Batteries not included?
Ah, Eddie Albert. He was
Yeah.
the star of Galaxy of Terror.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Edward Albert.
Wasn't he also in that movie called Getting Even, I think?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he was a star of that too.
It's a little salsa weapon fires death rays, and they're stealing his project
Yep.
for evil purposes. That is seems like more like it's a little sci-fi, but more of a thriller.
Yeah, it sounds more of a thriller than sci-fi.
I mean, it doesn't look like the worst thing ever. I mean, I've
No.
compared to Abby and
Oh yeah.
Abducted.
Weird title though. Accidents.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not as well known.
Because I don't want to watch a
I
movie
think
called
if it had a
Accidents.
snappier title, it probably would have helped.
Aha, the Adams Family. This is a really unique trailer because there's not really any dialogue, if I remember correctly, or minimal dialogue. It's just music and sound.
Well, yeah, I mean, it still sells it with the visuals.
Oh, absolutely. There's a little bit of it. At least the opening of the film, the trailer didn't
Right.
have a lot of sound. I love this film. I mean, well, actually, I like the second one more, but I still really like this one. I love the aesthetic. I love that aspect of the film quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think Barry Sonnenfeld did an amazing job directing it, and the cast is just really special. Yeah, Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci, just great. It was originally an Orion
I
film,
know.
apparently,
Yeah.
and then they went under, and then they couldn't release it.
Mm.
Speaking of Adam's Family Values, here's the trailer for Adam's Family Values. I'll admit
Yeah.
the baby stuff I didn't like as much as the other aspects of Adam's Family Values, but the other aspects
Mhm.
of the sequel are so strong. That's why I like it more than the first, because I just like the whole plot involving the Black Widow who courts Fester, and I really
Mhm.
love the subplot with Wednesday at summer camp. Thanksgiving's coming up. It's a perfect Thanksgiving film, folks.
Yeah, both these films I do like. Yeah, Adam's Family was good.
Yeah. I didn't see the new animated ones, but they didn't seem like they were that good.
Well, I would say, I mean, I didn't grow with the show, so the reason I like these two would probably be the actual cast.
Yes.
I don't know so much the family.
Yeah. Also the writing, stuff like that, and just the
Yeah.
direction and the production design and art direction and stuff like that. It's a really fun dark comedy. I mean, there's a whole scene where they're torturing Wednesday by showing Disney movies. I put this one in here because I wanted other people to feel my pain with this pretentious wank job of a movie. This is The Addiction, a film by Abel
Okay,
Ferrara.
gotcha. If I don't think I've seen this. If I did, I don't remember anything about it, but I don't think I did.
And I don't mind Abel Ferrara as a director. I mean, I like King of New York. I like Bad Lieutenant, but I hated this movie. It's a pretentious vampire movie that's also like a commentary on drug abuse, drug addiction.
Although I recommend if anyone wants to see something funny, look up uh King of New York commentary. Has like the best of Abel Ferrara, and it's like the most insane because he's like, this fucking shit's so hot. Oh, that's so fucking funny. The whole fucking comedy is just like, oh, look at that bitch.
Yeah, he's the kind of director where you're like, when you see this movie and you hear all this dialogue, you're like, is this really an Abel Ferrara movie? This is like Abel Ferrara trying to be some kind of pretentious, deep thoughts by Jack Handy filmmaker, and it's
Right.
incredibly torturous to watch, at least for me personally.
Yeah, it looks like it. Definitely looks like it.
Oh, way before they were turtles, Matt.
Oh, Adventures in Dinosaur City. I've heard of the film because obviously they're trying to rip off the success of Ninja Turtles.
Hmm.
Try to have those type of suits and being a family film and all that
I've
jazz.
never seen this. I have it on VHS somewhere, but I've never seen the movie. But I do remember seeing the trailer because it was so early in the in the book. I was like, okay, this looks like something. This is a movie. This is one I'm surprised hasn't gotten a Blu-ray from somebody. Because it's like,
and
oh, it's
yet
like Ninja Turtles, but it's
and yet
dinosaurs.
the Creature Feature guy gave it a higher rating than Ninja Turtles 1 and 2.
I don't always agree with that guy for sure, John Stanley.
Because
But
this gets 3 stars. The first Ninja Turtles gets 2 stars, and Secret Heroes just 1 star. But Ninja Turtles 3 gets 3 stars, and this movie gets 3 stars. Go fuck your figure.
I mean, it can't be any worse than Theodore Rex, right, Matt?
I mean, does this look fucking better than the first 2 Ninja Turtles film? For anyone out there?
Absolutely not. Not to me.
But again, this guy thinks the third Ninja Turtles is the best one.
Yeah, I can see why then. But
See
even
why
then,
what?
like, I mean, I can see why he might. If he thinks the third Ninja Turtles is the best, then I can see why he thinks this is better.
Why he likes this one?
Yeah. It wasn't a hit at all. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Speaking of films that were not hits, this one, Adventures of Baron Munchausen. This is a pretty big flop.
Ah,
Um, and it was also a film that had an unbelievably troubled production, with a lot of issues with the shoot and budget and all this other stuff. And it was kind of a not kind of it was a genuine miracle it even got finished because there was just so many
yeah.
complications involved with the movie. It's an interesting film. I don't love it, but I wouldn't say that I don't uh like the movie. You know, it's not one of those
Is that really the
films. Like
full trailer?
it
That's
was a
a
teaser.
weird, like, short trailer.
It was a
Oh, geez, yeah.
teaser
No
because
wonder
the
it
trailers,
bombed.
yeah, the trailers I kept finding were poor quality. So I just went with
Right.
that.
Ah, of course, Buckaroo Banzai, yes.
Yes. There's another one I grew up with. I think I might have seen this before I saw RoboCop actually. I
Great
bought it on
movie.
DVD. Yeah. Been stuck in my head ever since I saw the film. Is the
This is a good trailer because it's edited to the whistle. It's edited to the
yeah.
song, the way the transitions are.
Mhm.
Almost like a little
Yeah.
music video.
Yeah, this is a very unique out there kind of movie. Not for everybody, but
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why I really like it because it's an original film. Weller's great. Goldblum's in the cast. John Lithgow is a great villain. I think W.D. Richter did a good job with it, and it's got a cult following for a reason, for sure.
Yeah.
Sucks that the US Blu-ray though from Shout Factory is like out of print, so it's going for like crazy prices. So I have to like import it or
Hmm.
buy the DVD.
No, okay.
Did they say the only thing that can lick the darkness? No, lift the darkness. Okay. Well, I mean, this thing could probably lick the darkness too.
They stole the baby from dinosaurs.
Yeah. Not the mama.
That looks almost exactly like the baby from dinosaurs.
It does, or like one of the Ninja Turtles from Turtles 3. The fucking teeth.
We have Stephen Mott, the dad from the Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Great, exactly. The sitcom with the most depressing ending ever.
It does.
Dinosaurs. What happens at the end? They all die.
Baby Sinclair is Elmo from Sesame Street. Oh yeah, Elmo, the voice of Elmo. Yeah, he did it. He did Baby Sinclair as
Kevin
well.
Clash, who voiced the Splinter in
Yep.
Ninja Turtles.
I saw this years ago. Remember it not being too bad. This is another film I think was listed in the 101 most heralded horror films list. I think.
Don't know this one.
I think it's Afraid of the Dark.
Hmm. I've heard of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's pretty obscure. Had a DVD
Hmm.
from New Line. I think I have it somewhere, but like it's out of print if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Oh, who wrote The Last Emperor?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Paul
like a kind
McGann,
of
I
film that
recognize him as one of the. He was one of the prisoners in Alien 3.
yeah.
He was a crazy
It,
nut that let the xenomorph out.
oh, he was that guy.
Yeah.
The Aftermath.
Hmm.
Low budget independent film. I think from like the early 80s. I think it was from 82, I
It
think.
looks it. It definitely looks it.
But
Did
hey, I
Vinegar
mean,
Syndrome release this one?
I don't think they did. I think it was somebody else. It was VCI, I think. I remember correctly.
And the trailer's like crystal clear.
Yeah, it's a good looking trailer.
Well, the the picture quality's good. I don't know about the trailer.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. You know, the picture
Yeah.
quality is good.
The music is all over the place.
Yeah.
Like changes notes like every 10 seconds.
Hey, it's Sid Haig. Great editing. It looks like it was edited by the same guy who edited that Steven Seagal movie where he threw the guy through the glass window like 50 times.
Yeah, kill switch. It's just post-apocalyptic movie.
This thing's going on forever.
Yeah, just staring at the sky.
Got laser guns. Hey, you know, the movie has it all, I guess. It's got blood and gore and lasers and part of me admires the ambition of this guy, you know, probably had a pretty low budget. I mean, he's burning boxes. So, I mean,
Yeah, Sally's more squibs in this than the last 5 theatrical action films.
yeah.
Pretty damn sad.
Yeah, it is.
Although they're showing, I guess, the entire movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That looks like a Gary Anderson production with human puppets. Yeah. Yeah. Kentucky could care, yeah. Nah, we're not watching Neil Breen trailers. There aren't any Neil Breen trailers in this. There's this movie though, After Midnight. I like this trailer. This is a decent trailer. Like it's well edited. It's put together in a way that makes it enticing, but when you actually see the movie, it's a letdown.
Okay, yeah, I've seen this, yeah. Because I remember the first bit with Mark McClure, who was Jimmy
Yeah.
Olsen and Superman.
Yeah.
It's like a big slow build up to that ending. I won't give it away for people who
Yes.
haven't seen it, but they're pretty much
Yeah.
showing bits of that ending of that story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a well-edited trailer. It's got a good pace to it. You're like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I am ready to be scared." Then you see the movie and you're like, "Well, that wasn't really that scary." And the writing team, they've done better work and other things.
Yeah, didn't they write The Kindred?
Yep. Or was it them? No, I don't know if it was them. That was the Jeffrey Obro and Stephen Carpenter.
Oh, okay.
Didn't Jim and Ken
Kindred
Wheat,
and Weed.
didn't they work on Predator? Or was that somebody else?
No, I thought that was Jim and John Thomas. I thought.
Jim and John Thomas, yeah. That's who it is. The Ken Wheat, he's worked on other stuff too. I forgot what it was
So they
though.
wrote themselves there. Just we just can't remember.
Yeah. We can't remember everything, folks. Oh, John Saxon.
Which at point was like in anything he'd get paid for.
Yes.
John
You're
Saxon.
absolutely. Battle Beyond the Stars, this.
Blood Beach.
Yeah, Blood Peach. This looks like a really boring, forgettable post-apocalyptic action
Yeah,
movie.
like a
And
bad
then
Escape from New York.
yes. There's Michael
I think
Berryman.
that's
He was
Michael
in it.
Berryman.
Yeah, he was in almost everything that he could get his get his hands on in terms of a script too.
Yeah.
he just said, he just said, okay. Just does the hand movement, shrugs his shoulders. Forget about it. All right, okay. I guess I'll shoot you now. Oh, this is speaking of Escape from New York ripoffs, this is the ripoff to end all Escape from New York ripoffs after the fall of New York, 2019.
Oh yeah. I think I saw that one.
Ah,
Oh, of course.
Kira.
Of course. Still a good one. Saw this
Yes.
on VHS back in the day. I'm not a big anime guy, but I could watch this one.
Yeah, it's a
It's the one I
classic.
always think of.
Hey there, Bobby. Thanks again for another super chat. What if in RoboCop Return, RoboCop fights the 2014 RoboCop and kills him like 10 seconds flat? So it'd be like that Godzilla movie where Godzilla destroys the Sony Godzilla in one scene. I'd be all for that, but I don't think it would make any sense. But thanks for the super chat. A lot of these movies would be worthy for Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yes, they would, but not Akira. This is the
Oh no.
Adult Swim trailer.
Oh, okay.
Somebody edited a remastered version of the trailer for when it was debuting on Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
I thought it'd be fun to put it in there because I like the way it's edited.
Ooh. Yeah.
Does a good job making you want to see it.
Yeah, there's multiple English dubs, but the one I always go for is the one that has Cam Clark, who's the voice of Leo in the 80s Turtles,
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles cartoon. He voices
yeah.
Kaneda in that. But
Mm-hmm.
there's other English dubs. There's multiple English dubs to this one. As you hear here. The
Oh, The
Alchemist.
Alchemist. This movie sucks ass. One of those films that the poster and the VHS cover is like way better than the actual movie because I have it on VHS. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And then you watch the movie and you're like, ah, this is so boring and bad in so many different ways. This is honestly one of Robert Ginty's worst films, if you ask me.
Saying a lot.
I know it is. It was like a Richard Band production, so I'm like, why hasn't this been released by Full Moon? Or maybe there's some rights issues or something. Surprised this hasn't been released a million different times of Richard Band.
Was it Richard or was it Charles Band?
I think it might have been Charles Band, maybe. I
They
get those
probably
two mixed
forgot it
up.
exists.
But they've used
No.
footage from this in some of their other films, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, by this point, they don't even know what that footage is from. It's like just titled "Stop Footage is D." Well,
Charles Band, yeah, you're right.
okay.
Freaked? No, that's a different Brooke Shields movie.
Oh, this is Alice, Sweet Alice.
Yes, Alice, Sweet
I've heard of
Alice.
it. Yeah, heard only good things about it.
Yeah, I think I saw it once a long time ago because it was one of the Fangoria's 101 Most Unheralded Horror Films. I remember it not
Hmm.
being bad, but I don't remember loving it. I'd like to
Hmm.
revisit it because it's been years since I saw it last.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know Richard Band is a composer. Charles
Yeah.
Band.
It, it's it was Richard Band or was it someone else? The guy who did Reanimator, but they sound like Psycho theme. Bing, ding,
Maybe.
ding, ding. I can't remember who composed Reanimator.
Yeah, Alice, Sweet Alice, American Jallow. Yeah,
American
I
Girl.
could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's why I want to revisit it. I want to get the Arrow Video Blu-ray. It's on my Amazon wish list.
Oh, Arrow Video released it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think Brooke Shields is the lead, right? She's like
No. But this was for the American
surprised.
release. So,
Yeah.
that's a pretty disturbing image, to be honest. It'll keep you
What,
up
the
at
Brooke
night.
Shields photo?
No, not that one. The one before.
Yeah, I know. No, not Brooke Shields. Fuck. Yes. Yeah. Ah, Star Wars. No, I'm kidding. I know it's Alien, of course. Of
Yeah.
course, Alien.
One of
If this
the
is letter A, it's gotta be Alien. Yeah,
one of the most classic and iconic teaser trailers ever.
of course. Yeah, I mean, just I could imagine an audience see this for the first time in theaters in 1979, just having not seen anything like this specific
Yeah.
intensity before in this type of movie.
Yeah, just being
Like
like,
people that
"What?"
grew up with like 50s sci-fi, and
Mhm.
to be honest, a lot of them are pretty goofy. And then you see
Yes.
this, it just crazy.
Well, even the trailer, like even just seeing something like this cuz it's just so mysterious and
Oh
just
yeah,
you don't get anything. Like you just get the bit of the music and sound effects and this creepy alien egg and then it breaks open and then you get the titles.
because it sells
Just
the
a
intensity, and we're taking it serious. Like
yes.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which really Star was inspired by. Of course. Alien 2 on Earth, I've seen this one, yeah.
So have I.
I think
This,
the
by
music
the
is from
way,
Alien in this trailer.
maybe, yeah, it's not. It's definitely not from this movie.
No.
It sounds like some definitely sounds something by Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah, it is Jared Gozer from Alien. Yeah, this is a movie that's a very much of a bore fest. It's like a wannabe Descent film before the
Mhm.
Descent, and it takes it forever to get going. And then they're killed by a walking anus, which is a point of view. It's
And
like
there's like
inside an
way too many
asshole.
bowling scenes for some reason.
Yeah.
Now this
Oh, of
one, I mean, it's
course.
aliens. I mean,
Of course, right behind me.
an absolute awesome, badass science fiction action classic of the highest order.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Kentucky. It depends on your taste. If you're looking for more steer horror, you go from Alien. But I'm an action junkie. It's my number one favorite genre, so Aliens is my favorite for various other reasons too.
Yeah, I would
Hicks,
say Aliens is my
Hudson,
favorite as
characters.
well. But Alien is very close. Like it's like 1A, 1B kind of thing when it comes to this
Yeah,
franchise.
and it's interesting. This first trailer, they do still try to sell it as a horror movie, even though
Yeah,
it is an action movie.
it's still rather effective.
Yeah,
And there still are some pretty intense, horrific moments in Aliens.
but yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I saw
To watch
Alien, the
this many
director's
times.
cut. I saw that in the theater, and then I got the Alien Anthology DVD set. I remember when I got that, it was actually a reward for like doing well with piano lessons or something, or some along those lines. Because I remember my parents getting it for me, and I watched that set a ton of times. All the behind the scenes documentaries, Alien and Aliens. I remember seeing Aliens at my stepdad's friend's house with his surround sound, and like that blew me away because I never actually
Oh,
saw a
that's
film, with surround sound like that. And then I saw Aliens in the theater, and then he had these dumbasses and who walked out saying it was cheesy, which is dumb, but it is what it is.
just as
This, on
dumb
the
as this
other
shit.
hand, yeah. Speaking of dumbasses, I put this one in here because this just shows you that Fox had no
Of course.
fucking idea what the hell they were doing with this sequel.
Yeah, this is the teaser said on Earth everyone will stream. I
Yeah,
guess there's I don't even know what their thinking was, like because not the audience. The audience has been on Earth for all the movies. So that wouldn't make sense.
no.
Uh for me, Alien 3 is worse for killing off Ripley, Hicks, and Newt.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
and for me, it's even more aggravating when you know the backstory, when you know that they had a script by William Gibson that was very ambitious and really unique and cool that they could have done, and they decided not to do
this
it for dumb
movie.
reasons. Oh, it's too
Okay,
much like
when you
Alien.
watch this trailer, watch every background. Tell me not everything is brown looking like shit. Just look at all the backgrounds in this trailer. Think of the brown.
Yeah,
Like
really.
every like so many scenes except the underwater.
Yeah, yeah. It has
Brown,
this,
like brown,
sh-
orange brown.
yeah,
Shit
this,
stain.
yeah, shit
For shit
brown
stain of a movie.
coloring. This was
And
the,
here's the thing, I remember being excited by this trailer because we just got
uh-huh,
cable in like '97. And so
yeah,
there was some kind of Show West cable thing that showed a bunch of trailers of movies coming out. And this is one of them. I'm like, wow, they made a new Alien film. And it's a well edited trailer. I like the music. It's
yeah,
uh it's a trailer music specifically for trailers, Code Red or something it's called.
yeah.
And good trailer, just the movie disappointing.
I will take
And we
Alien
both seen this
Resurrection any
one.
day of the week over this, though. The Alien
Yeah,
Dead.
we both seen this.
The first film that Fred Olen Ray directed, I think, and he like borrowed money from his parents and like got credit cards to fund this shit. Deader than Mother's Day at an orphanage. What the fuck? Are you
Yeah, this
prepared?
was absolutely dirt cheap.
It's so
And he gave
bad,
this
folks.
two
There were,
stars, but yet he gave this film 2 stars, but Secret News is 1 star. Okay.
yeah. He he makes some
Speaking of
decisions
Fred Olen Ray.
that are kind of questionable. But with the Alien Dead, like it's so bad and so cheap that there are scenes in that film where the take clearly has somebody cracking up on camera, and they don't do another
Yeah.
take.
Oh yeah,
I like Return of Swamp Thing, but that's a Jim Wynorski film, so that's a different person. So Fredo and
yeah,
Ray,
Jim Wynorski.
Deep Space, yeah,
Yeah, for me, I
I
would
like Deep
agree.
Space. Probably definitely his
I would
best.
agree with that.
It looked a lot better than
Because yeah, this is
Alienator.
Fredo and Ray as well.
I remember when I first saw this trailer, and then I saw the look of the Alienator. I laughed my ass off. I mean, look at this fucking thing.
Yeah,
It looks like a character you would see in WCW in like the early '90s. The Dungeon of
and
Doom.
the music is trying to be James Horner Aliens, but
Oh yes,
can't because it'd be sued.
and I think it's a dude who's, but it looks like a chick. Like it's dude looks like a lady situation here with Alienator.
I don't know.
Or it could just be Sue Price again from Nemesis 2.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember much else about Alienator, except John Michael Vincent seemed drunk.
And there's an out of print Blu-ray from Scream Factory with that movie.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, the Yeti. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Yeti did show up in Alienator.
Yay! What was this movie now?
Whatever it is, it looks incredibly cheap.
Sounds like music in a techno club. Ding, 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 ding. Boom, boom, boom.
Or like an old computer game. Like a really old like PC
Yeah,
game that you play on a floppy disk.
that version of Pac-Man.
Yeah.
The alien factor, okay. There's the Yeti right there.
Yeah, it is pretty boring. It's pretty bad, Alienator. Probably less
Yeah,
boring than
I
this
trust you.
though. The Alien Factor. Speaking of Mystery Science Theater 3000 movies, that seems like something that would be really ripe for that.
That monster is cooler to me than anything Alienator. So,
Yeah.
I'll,
Yeah, you're right.
if you give me a picture, I'll try to pick this one just for that monster. Just to wonder where the hell that came from.
It's a Don Dohler film.
Huh. A documentary on him. Interesting.
You've seen this one, Matt. It's Alien from LA.
Oh, Kathy Ireland. Okay. Yeah. It's been so long. I did not remember anything. I don't remember the movie. Albert Pyun, may he rest in peace, but he didn't direct that many good movies, to be fair.
No.
This wasn't one of them.
No. This probably featured one of his largest budgets too, because it was a Canon film. This is from like the time period where
Hmm.
Canon would like greenlit anything. They're like, "Oh, you have an idea for a movie? We have some money. Here you go. Go make that Alien from LA movie with Caffrey Island, sure."
I think I saw Tom Matthews, who worked with Albert Pyun a lot, because
Yeah.
he was in Dangerously Close. He was in Blood Match, or whatever that was called, and worked with him a lot.
Yeah,
His
apparently
movies are
Kentucky,
shit.
he's seen it.
Yeah, from the little I remember, it was the shits.
More lethal than any being on Earth. I love how the laser guns at times sound like regular pistols. Like you could hear the pistol sound effects and then laser sound effects
Right.
added over it.
Oh, Tracy Scoggins
Mm-hmm.
from
And that's and
Watch the
that
Throne.
guy from the guy there.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, there's Billy D. Williams, but the other guy, like he was in Grease, I think.
In what?
Grease movie, Grease.
Jeff Conaway.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other guy was in Grease too. Maxwell Caulfield.
You got two Grease actors in this. All you need is John
Yeah, the
Travolta
other
to
guy
show
was.
up.
He was also in. I think he was in Watchword 2
Now it's a
in the
western.
Alien
Now it's
segment.
Casablanca. Now it's a biker movie. What the fuck?
Oh, it's like they have a VR kind of like
Oh,
Stutter This
okay.
Generation.
Okay. It's like a hollow deck. Okay.
Yeah, that type of thing. And was she like the evil computer or something?
I guess.
Virtual reality, yeah, they say.
This looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's very low budget.
Looks like a film that's like a softcore porno mixed in with a sci-fi thriller plot. That's what it seems like.
Definitely so there would be a lot of table stations late at night throughout this era.
This is a Showtime.
Showtime,
Yeah, this is a
yeah,
Showtime original kind of
11
movie
p.m. on
for sure.
Showtime on a Saturday night or something.
Yeah. Never trailer where it's like you're seeing the whole movie.
Yeah, yeah, they gave away Billy D. Williams getting killed.
God, that acting is
Spoiler.
that's totally Billy D just being like, I'm here for the money, man. I need to pay the bills. I don't give a shit about this fucking movie.
Yeah, not the highlight of PM Entertainment. Trust me, folks. There's a lot
No.
better PM Entertainment.
Alien
Huh?
Nation.
Enjoyable movie.
Underrated, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
unless
would love
I
to
think
see.
Terrence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terrence Stamp. I would love to see a new Blu-ray of this, like from Kino Lorber or Error Video or something, or somebody,
Mhm.
because it never got a release in the U.S. I think it was, yeah, I don't think it got a Blu-ray release in the U.S. It's only overseas. If it did,
That's
it was one
crazy
of
because it's
those
successful
Twilight
enough
Time
to have a TV
films.
show.
Yeah, and multiple TV
Is Brian?
movies.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
typical buddy
Brian.
movie, but the whole alien stuff makes it unique and gives a fresh spin on it. And
Yeah,
James Caan and Mandy Patinkin are good. But so for some
yeah,
reason,
they really
people
are.
involved with this hated it. I don't know why.
Also, James Caan is a Cowboys fan, so that's always a plus for me.
Yeah. But yeah, for some reason, like James Caan and others just hated this film. I never really understood why.
I don't get it either.
They never wanted to talk about it.
This is one of my favorite James Caan movies, actually.
Yeah.
And it did pretty well. I mean, did well, like you said, did well enough for a TV show.
Yeah, I always enjoyed this film.
I
Yeah, the fact
haven't
it doesn't have a
seen
Blu-ray
Freebie
is
and the Bean.
ridiculous.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. I have the overseas 101 films release of Alien Nation though. I have the Blu-ray. But it's region locked, which is
Didn't,
pain.
didn't see it.
What, this one?
Nah, but Josh's Freebie and the Bean didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. This is
Yeah, I've
Alien
seen this one.
Predators.
Yeah, I've seen this. It was really lousy. It was cool to see Dennis Christopher because I liked him in the original It film and Fade to Black, but I don't know. It's very boring. Thought the ending was lousy. Really forgettable.
Yeah.
Actors think they're better, John. Yeah. Yes, Sally. Yeah. That happens a lot. I mean, look how long it took for Kevin Bacon to even mention Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and was it didn't this one have something involving an RV, right? Wasn't a good chunk of it taking place inside of the
Yeah,
motorhome?
like, yeah, they're in an RV. The Dennis Christopher and them. I fear for how long in the movie, but yeah, I forget.
This looks pretty boring just by the trailer.
Yeah, it's Sally.
Like, does it really have the majority of the film featuring just this extreme close up of this guy and his eyes, his bushy
Probably
eyebrows?
just that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the alternate title for the film, The Falling. I just see why they changed the Alien Predators because it definitely made it more prominent in VHS stores. But
Hmm.
then you see the film and you realize how fucking boring it is.
It's like more like the failing. That's a that seems like a more accurate title.
Or The Fuckwit, just made by Fuckwit.
Is it really made by a fuckwit though?
I just take an educated guess based on how shitty this movie
I
is.
think it's to Ron Serafon.
Well, then he definitely got better. But at this point in his career, he was a fuckwit. Then he graduated to decent.
Yeah.
So when people are maggots in the military, then they
Hmm.
do a bit better. They graduate to a bit of a better code name.
Yeah. Yeah, Alienation. Yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned a Twilight Time release. Well, apparently it was going to be a Twilight Time release and then it got canceled.
Hmm.
Hey there, Psycho Hobo.
Hey there, man.
Good luck at work.
No problem. We're just again might put this together. Just watching trailers. It'll be uploaded if you want to see it again. Mike has the playlist as well and the links. So when you're at home, feel free to rewatch this if you want. Might
Yeah.
put together this trailer compilation and we're just watching along the A's of this creature features guide. And thankfully, this trailer's now over, even though it was like 10 minutes long. It feels like this trailer.
Some trailers are
Well,
like
Darren
that.
Serpin definitely did better.
Yeah. Teen Wolf?
I think this got a Blu-ray from.
Yeah. Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh yeah, this is also called Alien Prey, but here it's called
Yeah.
Prey.
Yeah.
This review: lousy British cheapie. A Phoebos used for torrid X-ray lesbian scenes between insufferable bitches living in a country estate. Along comes the humanoid alien that eats chickens, foxes, and birds. Doesn't know how to swim and turns to a vampire when he's making love. Shoddy exploitation.
Speaking of shoddy
But
exploitation, here's another
this
Vinegar
got
Syndrome
Vinegar
classic.
Syndrome.
Yep.
I didn't see it, but I know this one got it.
I actually bought it, Alien Private Eye, because it was on
Alien
sale.
Nation doesn't have a Blu-ray, but these last two fucking films do.
I know.
Just how it goes with the rights. Some more luckier than others.
So there's like an alien drug dealer in this. So it's like I Come in Peace before I Come in Peace. Yeah, I've seen Wolf Cop. I enjoy that movie. I had fun with it. I would say I probably liked it a little bit more than Matt did, but yeah, I really liked Wolf
Yeah.
Cop. At least to me. I have a poster of Wolf Cop actually on my wall somewhere. I still haven't seen the sequel though. What a masterclass of acting. It does look like it might be kind of a fun movie to riff on though with friends.
Yeah, compared to some of the other films on, yeah.
Yeah, right. When they go back to my own
Yeah.
planet, you're gonna think I'm an asshole. Yeah, I don't have that trailer here, but maybe in a future compilation. But yeah, that is a pretty creepy trailer. Alien Seed with Eric Estrada. Ugh, film is atrocious. It's one of the worst films in 1989. Just watch.
Titties.
Yep. Trust me, it doesn't save it.
Yeah, you were doing a list at one point of the films of
Yeah,
'89, the worst or
yeah,
something.
yeah. And this is on there for a good reason.
I just see. Oh, Dr. Stone shot some paintballs to
That
Bertie's head.
acting, that's like one of the worst death scenes I think I've seen when somebody gets shot.
Alan's wearing that gray spandex.
They showed it again. They thought that death scene was so good, they showed it twice.
I'm sure that girl has absolutely shot a drum before.
There's a baby? I guess it was the alien
Yeah,
seed.
it's Alien Seed, yeah. And a competent production.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Gray Man Group,
absolutely.
yeah.
AIP. This doesn't look like anything from the Terminator. Did you remember? Do you remember the Terminator ever having anything like that in it? A spaceship?
Not that I know of.
Were there aliens in the Terminator? I think not.
Not that I know of. Yeah,
God, fucking AIP, man. This might be good for a laugh, just for just ridiculousness.
right.
Is the arm shitting itself? That's what it looks like.
So where all the budget was spent on.
Surprised this isn't a trauma production.
He'll be in the new Avengers, the Young Space Avengers.
Will this guy
Oh,
be in
your
it
favorite
too?
movie?
Alien Warrior is going to be in the new Avengers as well.
Yeah.
This film was known as Alien Warrior in on VHS when it came out in the US. It is incredibly inept. It is so bad.
Wait, I have a
But
question for you.
yeah.
Have you seen Great Evil? Do you know where Great Evil is?
This is a film that I would not be surprised at all if it has been already featured on Red Letter Media. You know, their best of the worst. Like this is like total
Yeah.
fodder for something like that. It's like a sci-fi movie, but then it's like a Christian film. and then it's like a exploitation movie, and then like a gang film. It's like the guy who made it like didn't have any idea what the fuck he was doing. Maybe he was on something when he did it, so he wasn't able to think clearly. There you go. No more. Yeah, because the alien warrior, the king of the street, so to speak, is almost like the way that it's written. He's like a Jesus allegory. Like he's alien Jesus.
And that would do it.
Hey, I'm up for that. Maybe we should do Alien Warrior. This is also known as the Alien Within. I saw this years ago. I think I rented it from Netflix, and Netflix still allowed you to rent DVDs. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
Pretty cheap. It's a thing knockoff.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
that's
done
made for TV.
done on the real cheap.
So yeah, Roddy McDowell from Fright Night. Oh, Outside
Ouch.
Wife from Fantastic Four, the
Yeah.
one that
The
released.
original Mr. Fantastic, right?
Yeah, Roger Corman production. What's about it? Alligator, yes.
Yeah.
Glad this finally got a release. Nice release.
Yeah, I had the DVD for a while, actually, but it was one of those things where I was lucky to get it for cheap, but for people who, weren't so lucky, it was really hard to get for a while until Scream Factory did their release. It's a good release too. I think it was one of their first 4Ks was Alligator.
Very cool.
This is one of the best Jaws knockoff kind of films for
Yeah.
me.
Well, yeah, because he had a good cast, especially Robert Forster.
Yeah,
Has a
he's
nice sense of
total
humor,
badass in this.
like John Sayles.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot it did a lot with his budget. It is a decent body
Yes.
count. It's killing kids in swimming pools. It's crashing through
Yeah.
city streets, doing all sorts of stuff.
This one, on the other hand, lame, forgettable. I mean, you go from Robert Forster to Joseph Bologna.
Right.
So might as well be baloney because that's what this movie is full of.
Well, it's weird that you would do a sequel like 10 years
Yeah.
after the first one. So, or give or take. Yeah, it is 10
It
seconds.
is the title that was
Most
probably thought
original
of.
title.
10 seconds by the folks at Vestron or Lightning Video, whoever released it. I think it was Vestron.
But yeah, Alligator 2 is just like a very boring, almost remake of the first.
Yes.
I mean, you got Dee Wallace, you got Richard Lynch, you got some capable actors, but it's just a very lame script
Yes.
and very stiff direction. Like, there's no sense of fun, excitement, or urgency. And
Like
it's a random wrestling.
even though you have random wrestling with Professor Toru Tanaka and
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
that might have been
that looks, yeah, go ahead.
that other guy might have been the Ox guy from Escape from New York, possibly. I don't know if it was the same guy or not. Or one of the Russians from WWE.
And of course,
Steve Rail's back.
I know that. Yeah. So you can get some good actors. It's just it looks
A lot of
less
it's
budget than the first one.
yeah. A lot of the plot is with this investigator guy, Joseph Bologna plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Placid I thought was actually pretty decent, especially compared to Alligator 2.
Yeah, I like Lake Placid. Yeah, Joseph Bologna was just nowhere near.
No,
They definitely cast wrong.
he's not very
I mean,
charismatic.
hmm?
He's not very charismatic. And I think what would have maybe been
Yeah, you're right.
interesting is if Richard Lynch was the lead, have him be the good guy. That would be an interesting way to change and switch up casting.
No, I agree. Or just have the film from his point of view and still be
Yeah,
the lead.
yeah,
It could be a fish out of water where he doesn't know the city, and then people look down on him, but that, lo and behold, he's the guy for the job, and the guy that they look down on think he's a country bumpkin. He's the guy that knows what to do, and I'll take care of this thing where the cops can't.
yeah,
Maybe he's on vacation to see a daughter, or daughter doesn't think of much of him because oh, he's just a dumb guy from the country. I'm a city girl now, but yet he's the guy for the job, and
yeah.
again,
Exactly. It could
Richard
have
Lynch
been
will
like
come to him.
he could have been like a Quint figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Alex. Yeah, Martians Go Home. That is a lame, annoying alien movie.
This is
One of
the other
those
trailer that
films.
show most of the
Yeah,
movie. Like, why would you do this film 9 years later or however long?
yeah.
So weird.
Somebody got the
By this
rights.
point, to be fair, a
That's
lot of
why.
people probably didn't remember the first alligator.
Yeah.
Alone in the dark.
Yeah, Alone in the Dark. Another one of the 101 most unheralded horror films from that Fangoria book.
Mm-hmm.
Really like this one. I thought this was a really solid slasher.
Particularly for the cast.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you got Jack Palance, you got Martin Landau, you got Donald Pleasance,
Mm-hmm. They're all
the lead
playing
of the family,
nuts
yeah, and
who
then of
escape from the
the
insane
innocent
asylum.
family, the innocent family, the father is Dwight Schultz, who was Howling Matt Murdock on the 18 TV show.
Yeah. I think it's a good trailer too. I like the way it's
Yeah,
edited.
and Josh Shoulder, we're going to do Elm Street 2
Yeah.
and The Hidden.
And this is one of New Line's first big hits
Yeah.
in terms of their horror films from around this time.
Mm-hmm.
It is a really good Pleasance role.
And yeah, guy in a hockey mask well before Jason. Different type of hockey
Yeah.
mask, but still.
Yeah, I remember Night Flyers as well. Catherine Mary Stewart from Night of the Comet.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Heard about it. I
Never
know
seen
there
it.
was a remake of that show with I think Scott Bakula. I think he was the lead in the remake in the 90s, I think.
I don't know.
But yeah, I highly recommend Alone
20,
in the Dark if you haven't seen it.
24
No
hours
living
later, no living
organism.
organism.
Nothing
I think they're talking about
more
the Jersey
is
Shore's brain.
nothing more is heard from Viking 2.
24 hours later, no living organism is in the Jersey Shore's brain. The
Or on
Alpha
Love Island.
incident.
What
He's
did
the
he even say?
Dale.
What did he even say?
He was singing Dale. Yeah, come and I want to go.
Mr. Depp, Mr. Depp, Mr. Depp. Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
A living microorganism from Mars brought to Earth on a space probe. A lot of folks bicker and fight on a railroad office. with a while scientists seek an antidote. So like a
Sounds
lame
like a
version
winner.
of what was that?
The Andromeda Strain.
Yeah, this is like a lame redneck low budget version of Andromeda Strain.
Yeah, if it was made by a bunch of country bumpkins.
Yeah, I guess made in Wisconsin. So go, go back
that's
to
that's
Wisconsin.
that's why it's literally cheesy.
Yeah, the film wasn't made of cellulose; it was made of pure shredded cheese.
Uh, Alex, that release got canceled. It was a copyright
Mm.
issue, or they couldn't
Hmm.
find the print. I think it was either one of those.
Yeah. Hmm.
It looks like they just dropped that by accident. Like that wasn't even intended to happen. It was just, oh shit, oh damn it, and then they just incorporated it into the movie. Like, well, it fell out of the helicopter, so let's just act like it's something important. Ah,
I
altered
hear that.
states. This is William Hurt's first ever acting role. He never acted in a film before this, which makes his performance in this even more impressive if you think about it. There's a lot of heavy dialogue, a lot of different layers to it.
Yeah, very trippy movie.
Yeah, Kentucky, I agree. A lot of the Tubi movies, like Asylum level, direct to video, direct to streaming pieces of crap, yeah. I would say they tried more with some of these films.
But I mean, now I don't look bad. Like this is a good one.
Oh yeah, this definitely is.
Some really solid special effects.
Yeah, it's great. I think it was Dick Smith, I think.
Not everybody's cup of tea. I know some people view it as rather talky or pseudo
Mhm.
scientific, but it was still somewhat interesting.
It is, but I like those two scientist guys. Bob
Yeah,
Balaban. Trying to remember who the other guy was. And also a lot of the conversations it made sense within the context of the film, like what they were discussing
yeah,
and you know, the things they were dealing with.
yeah. You blink and you miss it. It was John Larroquette sitting by the when they're looking at the X-rays.
Yeah, it's a pretty freaky movie. It really is. Like that whole hallucination scene with the goat that's crucified, with
Yeah,
the Jesus that's got a goat head,
yeah.
like
I
multiple
like. Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. I mean, Altered States is a good one.
I mean, it was good enough that South Park did a parody. So, you know.
Yeah, they did. Which surprised the hell out of me when I saw it. I'm like, what? See, this one I do not know.
I would like to engage in Earth experiences. This seems like a pilot that they made to like be a tie-in to something like Buffy or Sabrina the
Yeah,
Teenage Witch, and then it never got picked up. That's the vibe I get from this.
yeah. Maybe not Sabrina, but yeah, like Melrose
Yeah.
Place or something.
Melrose Place. Yeah.
It
Who's
does look
Nicole
like a
Eggert?
pilot for a show. Michael Dorn, wow.
Oh my god! Wow.
Stacy Teach, Amanda and the Alien. Oh, it was a TV movie.
Oh, okay.
No wonder.
Aha! The ambulance.
Yes, love this one.
Had a Stan Lee cameo before that was a common occurrence in the MCU.
Yeah, Eric Roberts works for Stan Lee. He's an artist. Meets his girl, Janine Turner from Cliffhanger. She falls ill, goes to an ambulance. He looks for her, and the mystery abounds where this ambulance will pick up strangers and innocent people and do experiments on them and
Yep.
organ harvesting and get some really good stunt work. Some of the guys who later do Fast and Furious movies, the stunts, they worked
Yeah.
on these movies.
One of my
And
favorite films that Eric Roberts stars in. Larry Cohen did it, who I'm a big fan of.
yeah, oh yeah, has that Larry Cohen wit. Yeah, I always enjoyed this one.
You
I think
got Dennis
originally,
Braden. He plays
yeah,
the evil doctor, and he's someone that some people might be familiar with if they watched any soap operas back in the day,
oh
like The
yeah.
Young and the Restless. I love that. If you call for help, you're dead. American Cyborg, Steel Warrior.
Oh yeah.
Joe Lara, that's a guy who, for a small period of time, was kind of an action star.
Yeah. He was in Steel Frontier, which I think was
Hmm.
PM Entertainment.
Yeah.
A few
Hologram Man,
others.
wasn't
Yeah.
he in that too?
Which one?
Hologram Man.
I don't know if I saw that one.
This one I remember being okay. The John
Yeah, it's
Ryan,
very much
he plays the
it's
Terminator ripoff
yeah, very
character.
much Terminator like. It has this twist like out of nowhere that I don't think it needed.
Yeah, I
I
agree
don't know
with
if I'll
that.
give it away, but it has this twist that's we I mean,
I like the music
I
in
don't
this
know.
trailer too.
Yeah, this is from Revenge of the Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look up folks the Revenge of the Ninja soundtrack, you'll hear this music.
Damn, damn.
Yeah, from Sho Kosugi's Revenge of the Ninja. Yeah, this is okay. I mean, it's very much Terminator like, but this has a weird twist that kind of hurts it
I'd
for me,
rather
but
see
it's
something like that
watchable.
get a release on Blu-ray than some of the other shit that's been getting a release, to be perfectly honest. Because I can watch that as a time waster,
Yeah,
at least, for the action for
yeah,
John Ryan. Oh, American
yeah.
Gothic. I think I tried to watch this one time and I fell asleep halfway through, and then I never bothered to finish it.
You're not missing much. Spoiler: they get hunted by this family. The girl that just got out of an insane asylum then goes crazy. Is part of the family for 5 minutes. Then she goes crazy again and kills the bad family.
Yeah, Larry
Yep,
Cohen, he did Cue the Winged Serpent, which is another good Cohen film.
and he did this one.
Yep, I got one too. It's over in the corner. Really awesome gift from Corey.
And plus, you could tell Rod Steiger didn't want to be in this. That's why I don't think his character kills anybody. He's just there.
I liked him
It's
more
just
in
like,
because he was in the Kindred, wasn't he?
yeah, yeah, that's a movie I
It's
like more.
speaking of Rod Steiger,
The
like I watched
Kindred.
the Amityville Horror again recently, and that film's gonna be in here somewhere because
Yeah.
there's no way it's not. But
Yeah.
I watched that recently, and his character seems fucking pointless in that movie.
Hmm.
The ghost tells him to leave, get out. He leaves the house. Then he gets sick, and then he never shows up at the end to try to help them. he's just like invalid now and can't see.
Yeah, he's been blinded. Yeah,
Yeah.
you think he's going to
This
be a source of help, but then to show how dangerous the house is, it fucks him up.
okay. But I
I
just
mean,
felt like it was a letdown because of
yeah,
everything that they were building up with the character.
yeah,
Yeah, it was American Gothic with Rod Steiger. That's the
yeah,
trailer we were watching. There's a TV show. There's like two TV shows actually with that title apparently. There's one from the
yeah.
90s. It's got is it Paige Turco? I think it might be. Um
Maybe I know it's got the guy who's the boss in Office Space.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like you to come in Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think Lucas Haas was the kid, I believe. Um,
Yeah, it's like I'd like you to come in on Saturday and
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna have you come in on Sunday as well. Okay.
of course, American Wolf in London.
I love the film. I know Matt's not as big on it as I am, but
I mean, I
this,
like
this is
it.
my personal favorite werewolf movie. But I also really like Dog
Right,
Soldiers and Bad
right.
Moon. Just amazing practical makeup effects by Rick Baker. Good bit of dark humor as well. I do admit though, the end. I don't like the end. The end. I understand what the thought process was by having the song at the end,
Yeah,
but it just doesn't fit for me. It's like one of those rare things where like the end credits music like kind of ruins the ending. Like yeah, it's comedic at times this film, but like it's not a straight up comedy.
right. Look at the beauty man to the
Man stole my
balloon.
balloons. Like
But
that
I
bit's
enjoyed that bit.
hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, I've seen
But
American
we
Werewolf in
were,
Paris already.
yeah, I've seen it.
And that trailer is next. I agree. Like the wolf that's just like the werewolf that's just on four legs. I can see why some people are kind of don't like that as much as like the howling werewolf or some stuff like that. But I didn't mind it because it was something different. Like in hindsight, compared to what you normally see with a werewolf. And there's just so
Although
many
I'll say
insane
that
scenes, like the
fuck
hallucination
John.
scene with the with the Nazi monsters and like the Muppets.
Fuck yeah.
That was
Fuck
absolutely
John.
insane. I mean he's a scumbag.
Now we get a much better movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely
I know, I
not.
know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, folks.
This is one of those films that it didn't need to be a part of this franchise. Like just some other werewolf
Right.
movie, and then maybe I wouldn't dislike it as much. But I still wouldn't be a huge fan of it because it's got
I mean, it has really
tonal
nothing,
issues.
really no connection to it.
No. I felt like the direction wasn't that bad. I didn't mind Julie Delpy. Like even,
Yeah.
you know, the lead guy,
Tom Everett Scott.
yeah, he wasn't terrible, you know.
I would like an interesting experiment. It should never happen because it would cost too much.
Yeah.
Take the same film and replace everything with practical effects. I'm not saying it would be a good
Mhm.
film. I'm not saying it would be an underrated film. I'm just saying it would be interesting to see what that would have been
Yes.
if you took the same film and every
Absolutely.
horrible CGI, it's horrible,
Yes.
was
It
replaced with
is.
practical,
Yeah,
and
look
then
at
let the
that
movie play
shot.
out.
Just look at that
Yeah,
fucking shot right there. And that CGI is so bad that even for the time it was really bad. And like as the years go
Yeah,
by, it's like even worse. And the thing
exactly.
is there are some practical effects. So it's one of those things you're like, well, why wasn't it all done practically?
Because CG was a new tool, and they thought they could get away with more than they could.
You have the original Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Um, it was not bad. It was, it's slow paced. I will admit that. Like rewatching it again, like it does take a while to get going. Some scenes are stronger than others. I think James Brolin is really good. That's a good performance by him. There's some
Hmm.
creepy scenes. I like the score by Lava Schifrin,
Yeah.
but I prefer Amityville 2, to be honest. That's my favorite Amityville film. And there are other haunted house films I like more than this, but it's still effective. Like it does there's a certain thing about it that is still pretty chilling. I think what really helps is Margot Kidder and James Brolin. They're really good together and they're good actors.
Hmm.
And there's other stuff like with that film like this one of the scariest things about Amityville Horror to me is like how like a large sum of money could just disappear like out of nowhere. Like that's pretty terrifying for anybody. Like $1,500 in cash just disappears out of thin air.
Which one was that?
That was in the first Amityville.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
This one though, it's a prequel, but like they take a lot of creative liberties with stuff. But I just thought there was more stuff happening here. There was more horror. There was at least more creativity. Like it just felt like they had the walls bled, and there's a few other stuff in the first movie, like the creepy eyes that popped up. But a lot of the stuff was just
Yeah.
very subtle, and here it's more in your face and just over the top. And I just kind of enjoy that about it. And it's almost like an Exorcist movie at times too, but it has some good practical effects. This one kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I got to be honest. Amityville 3D. Um,
Hmm.
I can see why people don't like the film. I totally get it, but I can watch it. I don't mind the cast. Um, I think the gimmick is definitely present for sure. I would like to see this in 3D. There is a 3D version. I have it from the Scream Factory box set, but I don't have a 3D TV, so there's no way to utilize it. I do find it funny, like they blew up the house, and then the house is. They say the picture is not a sequel to Amityville Horror or the second movie, so that's why they're like, "Hey, it's not actually a sequel. It's just a different Amityville movie." So they started that trend. This that continued with this piece of shit. Like, if you think Amityville 3D is bad, it's got nothing on Amityville 4: The Evil Escapes.
To be honest, I don't think I've seen. I might have seen Dollhouse once, but that was like
Mhm.
decades ago. I remember. I haven't seen these other ones.
Like, all you need to know about this one is that it's the Amityville film about an evil floor lamp. I mean, look at this dumb
Yeah.
shit. It's a fucking
What was the
lamp.
one where the guy got pissed at you, or the girl?
No, that's the next one. That's Amityville
Oh,
Curse.
yeah. Yeah, tell that story. This is a made for TV about evil lamp.
Yes. Yes, it's so bad. Bad effects, bad script, bad writing. Some of the acting's not bad, but a good chunk of it's awful. There's
Hmm.
like a whole scene where like a chainsaw comes to life in this one. Yeah, the chainsaw comes to life and you can see the strings.
Hmm.
Yeah, every time the evil floor lamp starts doing anything, you see this evil looking face that looks like something out of Halloween Town. Yeah, that one. There's just some random hand in the pipe.
They changed the toothpaste.
Yeah, yeah. Changed
You
color.
know it's bad when it's bad when they change the toothpaste. The
Oh,
ultimate
remember
horror.
remember being like one of the most horrifying things ever is, the toothbrush in the toilet, VHS.
Oh yeah, VHS. Yeah,
So now they changed the toothpaste.
absolutely terrifying.
Just like the evil floor
Evil.
lamp.
Yeah.
This is it. The Amityville Curse. Yeah,
Uh,
one of the co-stars of this film. I think it's Richard something. I think that's who it is. I forgot the guy's last name. Because he's a fucking nobody. So this guy, I did a rant on this film, and I mentioned, the acting, and wasn't very kind in this guy because I think it. I don't know if it's the guy with the thinning hair over there. I don't know if that's him or not. Um,
mm,
maybe it's that guy. I forgot exactly who it was, but like it was just a bad film, and the acting's pretty bad, and so I commented on that. And then the actor was all butthurt about it. It was like trolling me and talking all kinds of shit. And I did screenshot the stuff years ago, but I lost the screenshots. I wish I still had them because it was pretty funny. This was a guy, he was like in his 50s or 60s or some shit, and the guy's like swearing and insulting
right.
me like he's, an internet troll. And then I looked up his filmography and I'm like, you did nothing. You were in some movie called Hang Fire. This film was like the movie where you had your biggest role. Yeah. And you didn't really do a whole lot since then because you suck. I wasn't wrong. If you were a good actor, you would have worked more in the industry. This one, Amityville 1992, it's about time. I recommend. Like this to me is the best of the direct-to-video Amityville sequels. We got
Hmm.
a good performance by Stephen Mocht, who plays the lead. He gets
Hmm.
possessed by whatever this spirit in this clock. Good performance by him, with him just slowly losing his grip on his sanity.
Hmm.
Got a scene where there's a death by an ice cream truck. Does it make a lot of
Hmm.
sense? No, but a lot of these Amityville films don't make any fucking sense at this point. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty solid.
Hmm.
Some good practical effects at times. Tony Randall directed it, so you had a pretty capable director behind the camera.
No, okay.
Yeah, Megan Ward's in it.
I mean, it
You
definitely
might
looks more
recognize her.
ambitious than some of the other sequels. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it is.
I'll give it that. Hmm.
Yeah, I had fun with that one.
Time, bitches.
Yeah, hot broads in it too. Yeah, that's right. There are some hot broads in that one. This is a new generation. I don't think it was as good, but I would still take that over. Um, it's not really the fifth one, Alex. I think this is the sixth one, Next Generation. But it's got an evil mirror thing going on here, and you got Terry O'Quinn, and there's like some kind of investigation involving the original Amityville murders, and they're trying to tie it in.
Hmm.
I remember being decent,
Hmm.
but not great, but decent. Like I definitely would take this over Amityville Dollhouse or the remake with Ryan Reynolds and his muscles.
Is that Richard Roundtree?
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Richard Roundtree. Wow.
Mm-hmm. David Naughton's also in it.
Hmm.
From American Werewolf in London. Yeah, it's like the spirit of DeFeo is trying to essentially I don't know, take over this guy, but but it's kind of insinuated it's something along those lines. Where it's tempting him.
Hmm.
So I think it might be
Okay.
he's DeFeo's son or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, Curse of the Blue Lights. That is a really bad movie. Another film that I got shit
Yeah.
on. There was somebody who worked on the production of that film that was giving me shit for my rant of that movie.
Yeah, never saw that one.
You're not missing anything. Trust me. Bad acting and bad effects and just awful film. But for some reason it has a Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray with like an hour and a half long documentary. Go figure. Yeah, I thought this one was pretty crap. Like, you remember watching this
Hmm.
one? Dollhouse?
Like I said, I did see it, but it was so long ago. I don't remember anything about it. Even watching this trailer, nothing comes back to me.
Yeah, Demon Warrior. That's really bad too. I mean, the trailer makes it not look that bad, but like, I don't know. I just thought it was dumb.
Hmm.
Like the franchise at this point, like, all right, we've reached the point where run out of ideas. Now it's a haunted dollhouse. But you know what? This is probably better than a lot of the other Amityville direct-to-video movies, like Amityville Vibrator.
No, I didn't see that one either.
Amityville Vibrator. Or Amityville in Space. Wasn't that one?
Yeah.
Amityville
Oh,
Backpack.
okay.
I'm surprised they haven't done that one.
This is a good one, Amsterdam. I do
Yes,
enjoy this one.
Amsterdam. Very underrated. It's got a good Blu-ray
Interesting
by Blue
location,
Underground.
the canals of Amsterdam. Killer has a scuba dive gear to go in the water and sneak around and kill people one by
Yeah.
one.
I would say this is the best one from Dick Moss. I would say this is his best.
It's a good one. Probably not my favorite, but it's a good one. There's a great boat chase that's like a James Bond type of chase. I would still say my favorite's The Shaft. I mean, you got Aerosmith and you got blown up a elevator's heart with a bazooka. I still go with The Shaft, but this is a good one.
Sorry, I had to switch to a wired version of my headset because it
Okay.
ran out of juice. But yeah,
Okay.
Amsterdam's that's a good one. Great stunt work, something you'd see straight out of a Bond film. This one I remember watching with my dad. We rented it on VHS. Had some fun with it.
Yeah, I saw this in the theater back in '97, and it was fun for what it was. I think I like the cast. I like where they shot it, even this some locations, some on set, but it's an entertaining B movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as some people make it out to be. And honestly, I don't think the second one is that bad either. Hunt for the Blood Orchid. That kind of surprised me.
Mm.
Third, 3, and 4 though, crap. Like really bad. Like don't even bother.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the second one, but I did enjoy this one.
Mhm.
The cast really helps.
Oh yeah. Would you say this is your favorite Jennifer Lopez movie that she was
Uh,
in?
probably The Cell. I'll go with
Yeah.
The Cell.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But this is one I do enjoy. David Warner.
Yeah. From Turtles 2.
Yep, and last work on a lot of stuff. And now the streaming stars. I've heard of this film.
I have this on Blu-ray, I think. Or maybe those Tales that Witnessed Madness. Because one of them is an anthology.
Hmm.
So it's like the
Should call
hand before
yeah.
the hand.
Should we call it Now the Crawling Starts? And now the crawling starts. Not many times you think Peter Christian will be in a killer hand movie, but
No.
there you go.
That looks like a fun Amicus horror film. Ah,
Android, you saw
Android. God, this is it's so boring and bad and just cheap, and I don't know why this got good reviews. I think Roger Ebert gave us a positive review or some shit, if I remember correctly. I don't get it. I don't understand. You got Don Opper, who you might be familiar with. You know, he was in Critters.
They play the character Charlie. The drone crew becomes a bounty hunter.
Yeah, in this
And Klaus Kinski.
he plays the android, I think.
Yeah, Don Opry, yeah.
It's just forgettable.
Coach,
This is
yeah, Coach
incredibly
Klaus Kinski's a psycho.
Oh
Like
yeah.
normal.
He is a psycho. Yes, not even
Yeah,
acting.
exactly.
The man is a psychopath. I just thought this was boring. Like not at all that thought provoking, and definitely wasn't exciting.
Hmm.
Part of me kind of wants to give it another shot because like I watched it when I was really young. So maybe I couldn't appreciate certain aspects of it, but I'm pretty sure like it still wouldn't be big on it. You can definitely tell it's a very low budget film. There's plenty to go around. Yeah, throughout the film, he eventually, you know, loses grip on things, and you
But
know,
it's like a sci-fi Frankenstein.
yes,
His creation's gone loose
hmm
type of thing.
of course, in order to show that he's really lost it, he shaves his head. I wonder if Britney Spears, during her whole crazy phase, was a big fan of this one.
Or she thought she was an android. Britney Spears thought she was an android.
Dead Star was actually the original version of Supernova, if I remember correctly. Um,
Yeah.
we're talking about Android. That's what we're talking about.
Well, now the trailers of Android is ending, so
Yeah.
to whatever the next one is.
The next one is And
And
Soon the
soon the
Dark
dark
Knight.
one.
With one of the creepiest trailer narrations I've ever heard. It's just somebody like some British lady whispering. Like it's ASMR before ASMR was a thing. And suddenly you're alone and vulnerable. And soon the darkness comes.
Okay, I guess just two girls being stalked by someone.
There's another
Okay.
British Van Helsing film called Wrath of Van Helsing.
Never heard of it.
Not surprised. Oh, Andy Warhol's Dracula, also known as Blood for Dracula.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care for it.
I have this on, I think it's like 4K. It's an acquired taste, that's for sure, but it's a film I've been curious about for a while because I remember reading, maybe it was in this one, about like the blood of virgins or whatever. Or the guy says it weird or
Yeah,
whatever.
Udo Kier. I mean, some of his
Yeah.
moments are pretty funny. The the blood of this whore is killing me.
Yeah. That's what I remember. The blood of
And
this
how
whore
like
is
he
killing
acts
me.
so like here, where he's acts so like a horny little boy.
Uh-huh.
You took you a virgin? You took? Because if he doesn't drink the blood of a virgin, it's kind of like poison or something, and
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah, that's why he's acting like that.
But that's a different take on Dracula. Like you can't have
Yeah.
bad blood. I know it's a bit of a cult
Tell me what
classic
Andy
for a lot of
Warhol
people.
actually had to do with it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe producer or something.
Right.
This was also known as Flesh for Frankenstein.
Yeah. I might
Flesh,
have seen this one. I don't remember much
Flesh for
about it.
Frankenstein. It actually was released in 3D too.
Yeah. I remember the narrator, the goriest, sexiest Frankenstein movie you ever seen.
Well, that sounds good. Definitely want to see that. Playboy magazine called it the most gruesome epic ever released. I have this. Oh, there you go. The goriest, the
There
sexiest, the
you go.
wildest Frankenstein
There
film
you
ever made. Angel Heart.
go. Ah, yeah. I like this more than you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it another shot. I picked up the 4K, so I'll give it another shot one of these days. Hey, here's one for you, Matt.
Um, no, because it'd be a waste of someone's money.
It would just be like
I
return to
would say,
sender.
yeah, just get your money back and spend on something good. Or just take the money and give it to me. I'll take the money instead of the Expendables, Blu-ray, whatever.
Angel of Death, the movie about
Unless you want to send it and then send the request for me to do a commentary on it, then I would. There
Angel
you
of Death.
go.
This is one that I've been kind of curious about because of the plot. Like it's probably going to be awful, but Dr. Mengele survived, the Holocaust and was hiding out in South America somewhere. But now I'm
Oh,
just thinking
okay.
about that scene in Ernest. Ernest goes to camp. Where they're going to give him the shot, and like
Oh,
he
okay.
reacts. He's like, and I think he mentions Mengele. I think during that whole scene.
So what makes this sci-fi? It's just the fact the guy's still alive.
I guess so. I don't know. Speaking of Giallo, Anguish.
Yeah, I've heard of this film.
Michael
Zelda
Lerner.
Rubinstein.
The film has scenes in it where it's a film within a film.
Yeah.
This is pretty
Because I
good.
think most of it is showing that film within the film, the
Yeah, it is.
Zelda Rubinstein.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being pretty interesting. Pretty well directed, well shot. And Zelda was actually pretty creepy in it. Yeah, I'd recommend it if you're into like giallo horror films, like Dario Argento movies, like Inferno and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Oh, this movie,
Oh,
Anthropophagus, which is also
Anthropophagus,
known
yeah.
as the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty bad, super boring. I remember like halfway through, I was trying to watch it one night, and there was literally a message that was written in fog on a window that said "Go away," and then I was like, "Fine," and I stopped it, and then I went to sleep. Yeah, go away. There it is. I was like, "Fine, I will." There's like this guy who's like a zombie. I don't think he's a zombie. He's like a cannibal, I think, or eats a rabbit in one scene, bites some guts.
Well, it's supposed to be a baby, but really it's a rabbit in real
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
They're supposed to be a baby that he's eating.
Hmm.
He's a cannibal.
Just one of those films where, like, George Eastman wasn't the problem. Like, he was kind of intimidating as the slasher.
Just a slog to sift through.
Yes. I remember there's a lot of. Was this the one that had a lot of sailing scenes too, if I remember correctly? Or maybe I'm getting confused with Humongous.
Uh, a lot of what?
Sailing scenes. Might be Humongous, I'm getting confused with.
Maybe.
The Antichrist, which is also known as the
Hmm.
Tempter.
Oh, okay.
Another one of those films that came out post The Exorcist, trying to. That's what makes
Oh, okay.
Exorcist believer, because it's like the fact that they did that now after all these years. It's like they already made a million other Exorcist clones and ripoffs. Like, why do another Exorcist? Yeah, this is also known as
Yeah, this is the. I think this is made for TV.
what is it? Incident at Picnic Lake or something, or there's another title
It
that it has.
happened at Lake. It happened at Lakewood Manor.
Yeah, okay.
Was the original title. But yeah, then it also does Panic at Lakewood Manor.
Hmm.
I mean, Killer Ants is just not ever going to be scary.
No, but
Just no matter what.
I'll take Empire of the Ants though if I'm gonna do a Killer Ant movie.
Well, over that, yeah.
Ape. The movie where the guy in the gorilla suit flips off the camera.
Yeah.
Have you seen this one?
Uh, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember the middle finger scene
Yeah.
and just it being a wannabe Teen Con, as you can
It's
see.
so cheap. Like there are scenes where you could tell that the toy ship is literally just a toy that you put in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. That's clearly a toy.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of been curious to see it, just to see how really bad it is.
Yeah.
Just to see, this really bad King Kong knockoff that made on the dirt cheap that's infamous for the scene where the King Kong clone flips the camera off.
Yeah.
It was meh. Okay. Well, that's pretty positive then. Unless you're talking about, oh no, he's talking about he saw the Marvels. Thanks, Bobby. Thought 1952. Oh, them? The ant movie from 1950s?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's a
was.
good one. I like them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Little
Apex.
Ants.
Apex.
So,
I remember this
but yeah,
one.
them is a good one. Apex, I know I've seen once. I don't remember much about it. The
It's
trailer,
not
I mean, seems a bit ambitious.
Yeah, it's not great, but I didn't mind it for a direct-to-video sci-fi action film, that kind
Hmm.
of thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch this than Digital Man. Digital Man was ass. It was from the same guy too. The same guy who did Apex did Digital Man. Then you have the
Hmm.
guy with the flat top who's just poor man's Kurt Russell from Stargate. Or the guy was like, "Man, I really love that Duke Nukem game. That's what I want to that's the look I'm looking for." Barber, give me the Duke Nukem haircut. There's a lot of time travel stuff going on, and you got like these robots, or definitely Terminator knockoffs. Speaking of Terminator or endoskeletons, I was driving to the grocery store to get my groceries, and there was a guy who was driving around, and he had a endoskeleton skull uh, that was like attached to the end of. It's not the tailgate. It's the thing that's on the back that you put a trailer on, and I'm trying to remember what the heck that's called. It's like a trailer hook or
Hmm.
something. And so we had an endoskeleton head on there, and it actually lit up, which I thought was kind of cool. This is the Apple. This is a Canon film. Another one of those movies that Canon did early in their existence, where they just made anything.
Hmm.
This rock and roll sci-fi fantasy epic that was just ambitious but didn't have the budget. It's a
Hmm.
musical.
Hmm.
I know the future takes place like what in the 90s. They're like in 1993 or some shit.
Hmm.
1997. I'm like, yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
wind up being like this.
No, not at all.
It's I haven't seen it in forever, but I remember it being one of those movies that you're like, what the fuck? Definitely a
Yeah.
WTF kind of film. Kind of an interesting first and only time watch just for, the sheer insanity of it. It's one of those things you're like, why was this how was this made? Oh, it was canon? Okay, that's why. I think that's Catherine is that Catherine Mary Stewart?
I think she's in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she is in this film.
Gotta start somewhere. If
It is true.
I want to see a hot chick singing in a musical, I'll stick with Streets of Fire. With Diane Lane in that movie. The Applegates.
Oh yeah. Also wants to meet the Applegates.
Did you see this one?
Yeah, I don't know.
It
Pretty
reminds me
much
of something like
they're
the
these.
Coneheads. That's what it reminds me of in terms of its tone.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of times I see these movies, as soon as I review them, I forget about them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't think it was anything, that memorable, I guess, despite its
no,
out there premise.
not really. I don't know about a third ass trying to have like a little bit of an environmental message,
Uh-huh.
and pretty much by the third act, they're all
How
committing
long is
human sin,
what
and then
trailer? The one for the Apple? Yeah, it's really long. That was a really long trailer. Hey, it's the guy from Beetlejuice.
yeah.
It seems like one of those movies where like the concept of it maybe is better than how the film actually turned out. Because it looks interesting. I've always felt like that just from the idea of the film, it sounded like it could be fun, but I never actually have seen it. And Michael Lemmon, I think
Yeah, I
that
mean,
was
it's
the
got
same guy
some.
who did Heathers, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and Hudson Hawk.
Meet the Applegates, that film's only in VHS. Like that hasn't been released on DVD at all.
Hmm.
Apprentice to Murder.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it, but seems like a lot from what I remember reading, it's not really mainly a horror film, like it's more of a drama, that kind of thing. There are some
Hmm.
supernatural elements, it's more of a historical.
Okay.
Like a lot of it's very thriller, supernatural thriller
Hmm.
stuff with drama. But it looks like it might have a fun Donald Sutherland's performance. Always
Yeah, I mean, he's a good capable actor, so at least there's that going for it.
Chad Lowe. What do I remember him from? Not from that.
Can't remember.
Oh, The Pickle. I've heard about that, but I haven't seen it. This one though, April Fool's Day, definitely seen. This is one I didn't
Yeah.
really. I was aware of. I knew of it, but I didn't really see it until it was recommended by Matt, and then I saw it. And didn't I watch it for the first time with you? I think one night,
Was it? I
maybe.
don't know.
I think
Maybe.
we did do something like that, but
Hmm.
watched it together one night.
Okay.
Because I know it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, the cast is very likable.
Yes.
The dialogue at times rather snappy, and the score is fairly creepy. It's a good kind of mystery comedy
Yeah.
in a way.
I think it's
Uh,
kind of a good companion piece to something like a more modern like game night. Like game night is kind of a similar, kind of thing in terms of tone.
hmm.
Um,
Right.
I would say I prefer April Fool's Day, but I still also like game
Yeah.
night. And April Fool's Day, I think it's misunderstood. Definitely when it came out, I think people were not fully understanding of like what kind of film it was.
Yeah.
It was marketed as a straightforward slasher, and that's not really what it is. So if you see
No.
the film and you're just expecting a slasher film, you'd be disappointed by it. But at the same time, it's like it's April Fool's Day. Like the ending and the twist, like it fits.
It does fit.
And it makes it clever. Another fun
Yeah,
one
it
is
fits with the
Arachnophobia.
concept.
That's the
Hmm.
trailer we're watching now, and
Yeah. Yeah, love this one.
grew up with this one, and didn't
Yeah,
help.
very
Did,
entertaining.
did not help with my fear of spiders. That's all I gotta say. I'm pretty sure for a lot of people, you know, this just made their arachnophobia even more obvious. I even remember watching this over at my grandparents' house in like Arizona, and like during the middle of the movie, like almost I think almost like in the same scene with the giant general spider, it was like a big ass
Hmm.
spider on the ceiling. So it's one of those like, and I remember it being kind of funny, series of coincidences, like multiple times I'd watch this movie, and then there'd be a fucking spider that would just show up. And I'm like,
Right.
maybe it's because they were just like, hey, I see you're watching Arachnophobia. I guess it's time for me to make an appearance. I'm a fan of that movie too. Yeah, John Goodman was great. Frank Marshall did a good job with it. It did all right, but like it wasn't. I don't think it was as big of a hit as they expected.
Hmm.
And I'm with you. The Thrillomedy thing is just kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's a very weird. I mean,
A Thrillomedy, like
try and be a bit too clever, and it's like they felt bad calling it a horror film. Isn't it? I mean, horror comedy. So I don't
mm-hmm.
know.
Arcade, yeah. Full Moon's Tron,
Yeah, and yeah, pretty much.
starring the kid from Christmas Story. Like this is one of those movies you watch nowadays and you just laugh at because you're just like, oh my god, that CGI. This is one of those things where the effects are dated. Like I think that's a
Yeah,
fair way of, to judge a film like that.
yeah, very dated. I absolutely. I mean, no question about it.
It kind of reminds me of those scenes in Ghost in the Machine. Remember that film where they had like the scenes where the kid is inside the video game or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
or the
very,
lawnmower man.
very of its time.
Also, I don't think that well, not Fred Ray. I don't know if he directed this, but I don't think that Full Moon.
No, it's Albert Pyun, I believe.
I don't think. Well, it's kind of similar to Fred and Ray, to be honest. But like, I don't really feel that Full Moon was the right company to do with ambitious Tron type of film. Did not have the money.
No, they didn't. They just
Yeah,
never had the. Yeah.
yeah. Ghost of the Machine's practical effects hold up fine. The CGI hasn't. That one though, I'm also surprised that one hasn't been released on Blu-ray. This has a Blu-ray.
Mhm.
Why not Ghost of the
It
Machine?
does. Arena, yeah.
Starring Christopher Reeve. No,
Yeah.
it's actually the guy from Creepshow 2.
Christopher Reeve's brother, Donald Reeve. Good concept, some nice creature designs, but missed the mark. And
Yes.
I never have this answer, but if someone's saying what's a movie that could be remade, this is a movie that could be remade.
Absolutely.
Arena.
Even if it
Rock.
was direct to streaming, like instead of doing these lame Kickboxer sequels that nobody fucking asked for, like Kickboxer Vengeance with Dave Bautista or some shit as Tong Po. Like, how about you just do Arena with Michael
Yeah.
J. White? That'd be. I would watch that.
Yeah, or Scott Atkins or something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because the
Bloodsport in
guy.
space or Rocky in space, however you want to
Yeah,
word it.
the lead guy can't fight, and then on the other hand, like you just have like the monsters. They're limited. Like they're guys in suits, so you can't really do as much.
Yeah,
Especially some of the monsters that he fights. Like some of them are very limited in terms of their movement.
yeah.
Haha. Listen up, you primitive screwheads. Army of Darkness. Hey there, Bobby. Yeah. Have a good night.
Take care, Bobby.
Um, thank you. Thanks for the super chat, and
Have a good night, Bobby.
see you another time. When did you first see this, Matt?
This was on VHS tape,
Uh huh.
and when I saw this, I did not know it was a sequel. I thought it was just a
Oh,
standalone movie.
okay.
So it wasn't until probably saw it on VHS around the time it came out,
Mm-hmm.
or probably a little bit after. So it was probably like 94, 95. I eventually saw it on VHS because it came out, I think, 92, 93.
Yeah.
So it was probably until much, much later in a Fangoria magazine, which I actually have up there, that I was flipping through. It was like a bunch of reviews of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a picture of Bruce Campbell. I'm like, wait a minute. That looks like the guy from Army of Darkness. And I'm reading through Evil Dead 1 and 2. I'm like, wait, this guy has a chainsaw for a hand? Wait, this is. Oh, wait, there were. Because they're two different titles. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead 1 and 2 are the two prequels to Army of Darkness. Okay, then I couldn't find Evil Dead 1, so I found Evil Dead 2, loved
Mm-hmm.
it. Then I saw Evil Dead 1, loved it. So
Yeah.
was till many years later till I saw them. But yeah, I like all three of them.
Yeah, I think I might have seen Army of Darkness first as well on VHS. I do remember watching with my dad.
Hmm.
But I also saw Evil Dead with my dad as well
Mm.
on VHS.
There's
Arnold.
Hey Arnold,
Hey, Arnold. Or
Arnold
it's
Brown Schreiber. Is that Roddy McDowell?
Arnold. What are you doing, Arnold? Get out of the
There's
painting,
the
Arnold.
there's the maid he fucked. Take off your clothes. Stella Stevens, Roddy McDowell. Now I've never heard of Arnold. Very weird name to have for a movie.
The Arrival. Really underrated thriller. Does not get enough credit if you ask me.
Yeah, from 1996, the same year as Independence Day, got overshadowed from ID4, but
Mm-hmm.
still a good movie on its own. Like you
Good
said, it's a good
direction by
thriller.
David
Charlie Sheen,
Bowie. And yeah,
good
one of my
too.
favorite Charlie Sheen performances.
Yeah, love the paranoia aspect, and yeah, it's a good thriller. Ron Silver, may he rest in peace, and one
This,
of
on the
Charlie
other
Sheen's better
hand,
movies.
Arrival 2.
Yeah, this is very lousy sequel starring Patrick Muldoon. Kills
More.
off Charlie Sheen's character off screen,
Yes. I hate it
saying he
when these
got some
sequels do
virus.
that. Like, why? Why do they do this shit? Like, you don't have to kill the character off to if you're replacing them with somebody else. Just, oh, he's off doing investigation somewhere with SETI or whatever, or some
Right.
shit. Like, or don't even mention him, right? Don't even mention the character. Like, fine, just do your own thing.
Well, it's also a film that didn't need a sequel, and it won
No,
on such a cheap, low budget with
absolutely not.
a lead guy that's not. He's not leading man material.
No. And the girl sucks too. She's pretty bad.
Yeah, they're both It's a very lousy sequel. One of those sequels no one asked for.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the Asphyx. That's what this one is. This one surprised me. I didn't really hear a whole lot about it. I think it might have been
Hmm.
one of the ones in the Fangoria list. And I saw it and I didn't mind it because of the idea, the concept of it. They do this kind of experiment. It's not kind of, it is an experiment with some kind of I don't think it's like I don't think it's a machine, but it's something that they are able to use to capture the soul.
Hmm. Hmm.
I just thought it was an interesting film.
Hmm.
Decent performances.
Hmm. No, I have not seen the ass cheeks. The
I don't think it's
asphyxia.
I don't think it's that bad, but you know.
I've never seen it, and sincerely, I've never seen it. So interesting concept, like a early Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Hmm. And there's Slimer.
Yeah, definitely. I do admit at a certain point, like the screaming of the dang asphyx got really annoying. I don't know about the tagline though. More than a myth, more than a maybe. Like, huh? Yes, assault on precinct 13.
I don't know why this would be in a creature feature guide though.
I don't know either, but it's there.
Just a siege action movie.
Well, I guess maybe because it's John Carpenter. That's my guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was in there,
I mean,
so I
you're
threw it
right.
in there.
It is here. I mean, it is there. I mean, I just don't get why this guy put it in here because,
No.
again, just a siege action. It's a good one, a really good one. But it's nothing sci-fi
Asylum.
or creature though.
No.
Asylum. Haven't seen this one.
Pretty solid horror anthology. I'd recommend it. If you like the Tales from the Crypt
Okay.
Amicus horror
Hmm.
movie or Vault of Horror, like this is a good companion piece to those two.
I saw one recently that was interesting. It was a request, a Black Mirror episode. It
Yeah.
was interesting called the USS Callister.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
Oh, okay. Definitely worth a look.
We're doing pretty good. It's all right. Like you can,
Yeah.
you know, after we're done, you can go back and find the playlist and watch it and rewatch the stream if you want.
Either.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty solid horror anthology, if you ask me.
No, okay then. Cool. I said never saw this one. I've heard of it though.
A lot better than this.
Oh yeah. I've never really sat down and watched the movie. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I've heard, of course, about it for years and years.
Hmm. I saw it. It's bad. It's some of those films trying to be funny, but it's just not funny at
Right.
all. But it just keeps
Right.
going. Now, something like this, I don't think it's intentionally trying to be funny. It's just funny because of this fucking shit. Look at
Attack of
these
the Beast
effects.
Creatures.
like the Black Devil doll of hell if it multiplied itself.
It's just like a huh. Is that Daryl Hannah?
Yep. This is the remake of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Oh, okay. Never saw this one. I've heard of it.
I haven't seen it yet either. I have it on DVD though.
Hmm.
I know it has some pretty impressive effects for the time.
Hmm.
Using the best of the available blue screen and green screen effects and
Yeah.
miniatures and
Is that Daniel Boland, I believe?
yeah, Danny.
Who's in John Carpenter's Vampire? Was he the one in
Hmm.
Vampires?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
yeah,
There's so many Baldwins. I keep
yeah,
track.
Billy Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin.
I believe this is a TV movie,
Hmm.
like a cable movie, like made for cable.
Oh, okay there.
Tracks. Um, I haven't seen it in years. Remember it being surprisingly decent for what it is.
Yeah.
That's when I'm surprised
Yeah.
hasn't gotten a release from a label, like a boutique label or something.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Fun one. Fun parody movie.
This looks like it could be a fun watch, to be perfectly honest, just for the visual
Yeah.
effects.
I mean, I don't know
Oh,
if Daryl
Christopher
Hannah would be
Guest.
the.
Christopher Guest directed
Oh.
it. The guy who went on to
Huh.
do all those mockumentaries like Best in Show, Waiting for
Oh, okay
Guffman.
then. Cool.
Of course, Christopher Guest from This is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
This is At the Earth's Core.
Hmm.
There was a certain time period where it was like in the late 70s or mid to late 70s where they did all these adaptations of these Jules Verne uh, novels. This is one of them. Or Edgar Rice Burroughs. Like it was Edgar Rice Burroughs or it was Jules Verne. I think this is a Hammer film, like one of the later Hammer films, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Could be wrong. Planet of the Apes? Army of Ape Men.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of those films like back in the day, the state of the art effects. Maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The frog breathes fire, fire breathing frog.
For some reason, it explodes when it lands on the ground.
I
As it is, his blood is made of kerosene or
guess so.
stomach acid is explosives.
TNT.
Not much fire for the deeds of Phil. Like we do have to make the whole town fire. We'll sporadically have fire.
It's like Lucio Fulci. This isn't. This definitely isn't Lucio Fulci's hell. Oh yeah, that was Carolyn Monroe from Maniac.
I guess everything's okay. Thanks for showing the end of the movie.
This is Audrey Rose.
Okay.
I haven't
I've
seen
vaguely
this,
heard of the film.
but
Yeah,
I know it's based
I've
on a
heard of the
book
film.
by Frank D. Falletta, who wrote The Entity. I have the Arrow video Blu-ray.
Hmm.
I mean, Anthony Hopkins, I think, is in this. Very early role of
Yeah,
his.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah.
It definitely looks like it got some stylish directing. Like, it definitely looks like well directed just from the trailer. And the idea that, oh, she's a reincarnation of, of someone that has
The
potential.
reincarnation of Anthony Hopkins' daughter,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Wise. I forgot he directed that.
Hmm.
He
Okay.
directed the original Haunting and Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yeah.
Pat Morita.
Oh, I've heard of this. Auntie Lee's Meat Pies. I've heard of
Mm-hmm.
this. Because Uncle Bill at Dead Pet, he keeps talking about how he likes this movie.
Yeah.
I think for
I
the badness of it.
I did get it for really cheap, so Karen Black, I think.
Yeah.
What is this music? I saw your mommy and your mommy's dead. Spam? He got killed by spam. You're a piece of spam. That's what I think of you. Now it's Dayglow. This fucking music.
Okay. Yeah. That's a film.
See why the guys at or the guy at Dead Pit had a good time with that one.
A little bit, yeah. Oh wow. I vaguely remember seeing this once when I was a kid,
Yeah. What drew you to
but I
see
don't
this
remember anything
one?
about it. Hmm?
Did you go to the rental store and it was just sitting there and you were
No,
like,
it was yeah. I think it's like we would just once in a while like collect VHS tapes,
uh huh,
and this was there because okay, it's a sci-fi film, and
uh huh.
I think even as a kid, I remember being bored with it.
It definitely looks boring.
Yeah, it's like I guess their version of ET, I guess.
Pioneer, ET,
Yeah,
Pioneer
Pioneer
Town.
ET. Yeah,
Like if ET was guest starring in an episode of Little House on the Prairie.
yeah, or Gunsmoke. Yeah, Mm.
Glows with motion and poetry? Pretty high praise, Matt.
Oh, automatic.
Mhm.
Okay. I do quite enjoy the film. I mean, I don't know about all that with the reviews, but I do enjoy the film. It's really good for a low budget direct to video movie. It's
Yeah,
like it's a sci-fi Die Hard uh, that
absolutely.
uses budget what it could. You
Yeah.
know, Oliver Gruner
It's
is
another
an
one.
android.
I don't think this is on DVD.
I mean, I have a DVD from overseas. I don't know if it got a
Mhm.
DVD in the US,
Definitely not in the US. It was only released
and
on
definitely not on
VHS.
Blu-ray.
No.
But yeah, it's a fun one if you like those type of martial arts,
Yeah.
Die Hard type of
If you
movies.
saw American Cyborg Steel Warrior and had some fun with that, like, you enjoy this, as well as, like, something like Apex. I would say this is better
Yeah, I
than
probably
both.
got. Yeah, I enjoy this more.
Might be a good double feature with, like, Nemesis, because Oliver Gruner, he
Yeah,
was in Nemesis. He was good in that. It's a
yes,
sci-fi.
I think it's two of his best ones.
Mhm.
Nemesis in this one.
So it's
Automatic.
Olivier? It's not Oliver?
I've heard it pronounced both. So
Hey
hey,
there.
Michael, hope you're doing well.
Autopsy. Is this Italian horror film, I remember correctly?
Hmm. Yeah, never seen this one, and I guess I won't see much of that. If it was a short trailer.
Yeah, I found a TV spot for that one.
Yeah,
There's a longer trailer, but it's another one that's like over 2 minutes, and I was like, I'll just go with
yeah.
the short one. This is The Awakening. Well, I will say
Yes.
this about this movie: it's got some decent direction. Um, the fact that they were able to shoot actually in real tombs and shoot in Egypt makes for some impressive looking shots, but the script is just boring. The characters are lame. It's a it's a lesser version of The Omen. That's really what this is.
Yeah, it's Egyptian version of the Omen.
Yeah,
Instead of possessed by the devil or whatever, it's the curse of this
the spirit
spirit
of
of
this
this
mummy. Yeah,
pharaoh or whatever. If it was a female mummy or pharaoh,
yeah,
whatever it was,
yeah. It was a
female mummy.
princess, I think, or something maybe.
Yeah.
Stephanie
See,
Zimbalist.
yeah. Has it tries to have a couple of deaths like the Omen, where it's trying to be these shocking deaths that are ruled accidental.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sets it up for a sequel at the end,
Which is
like
dumb.
the Omen. It just really wanted to be the Omen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Pretty Pet, you got Charlton Heston instead of and the devil. You got the Egyptian mythology.
Yeah, the ending is like, oh, she's possessed fully by the spirit, and the apocalypse is upon us. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like the Antichrist
yeah,
has come back.
exactly.
What are those films like where good luck staying awake? That's what The Awakening is.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
Thinking.
another title that they took 10 seconds to come up with.
I've heard of the film. I don't think this is as much a horror movie as sort of like a kind of like robbers hole up someplace, and then kind of like a
Okay.
rape revenge movie.
Oh, so it's one of those movies.
Yeah, kind of like a little I spit in your grave, a little bit of that type of thing.
Or
At least in the second
Demented.
half. Well, I mean, it does seem better than Demented compared to that movie.
Even though they got ketchup for blood.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm. That's the kind of trailer you see before the drive-in.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the trailer compilation. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for joining me. Hope you had a fun time.
It was a
Uh,
fun time.
that was I had some fun, that's for sure. A lot of different kind of trailers there. For those of you who are able to join us, I hope you also enjoyed your time with all of these trailers. Um, uh, I don't know if there's any. I guess we can like open it up for like maybe a few questions and then probably call it
Sure.
a night.
Yeah.
Um, just waiting for some to come in.
Hmm.
But were there any of the films that were in there that you haven't seen that piqued your interest?
Let me give her once over. Let's see. Let me think. I'll say I'll try to come up with five that I haven't
Mhm.
seen. Abominable Doctor Fives.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch.
Um, Accidents, maybe. Maybe it'd be
Mhm.
bad, but the Edward Albert with the little, maybe a time waster.
Mhm.
Let's see. Uh, hmm,
Not
let me
Adventures in
check.
Dino City.
Nah, that can stay put. Let's see. Um,
Wasn't there like a Street Sharks knockoff with dinosaurs?
if so, I haven't.
I think it was called Extreme Dinosaurs.
Hmm,
I think that's what it was
I don't know that
called.
one. Hmm.
Yeah, they even
Let's
had toys that
see.
were just like the Street Sharks toys, where the whole top of the toy is this big giant head, these little bodies.
Oh, okay. I'll say maybe the Amityville 92, the one you mentioned that was the
Yeah,
good one.
definitely worth a
Maybe
watch.
that one. Maybe Anguish. Maybe Anguish. But I don't know, a lot of them either I've seen or didn't really look that good. And either
Yeah,
seen or like or seen that. Maybe the,
yeah,
the Asphyx, which is the idea. Asphyx.
yeah. The Asphyx. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that one. So a
Um,
couple.
definitely gonna skip the abducted movies. Those look like ass. Um, just looking through here.
Yeah,
So
no
many I've
problem.
already seen. Um, I like to check out the Andy Warhol. You know, Andy Warhol's Dracula, Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. I like to
Okay.
check out those two. Um, like I said, I'm kind of curious about Angel of Death, even though it's probably crap. um, mm, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman with Daryl
Oh,
Hannah.
Daryl Hannah. Okay.
And I'd say something like Audrey Rose.
Okay. Very cool. Very
Oh,
cool.
thanks, Tosin. What kind of longevity would the Friday 13th franchise had if they kept the character Jason similar to that of Part 2? We're talking about size, mannerism, look, whether maskless with the bag on. I don't think it would have as much of a longevity. I really don't. I think the mask makes the character have some defining feature that connects with an audience, where you see the mask and then you're like, that's Jason Voorhees. And it's also, it has its own like look to it that I feel it just adds more to the character, you know, with the eye, the holes, you know, with the, you know, the, which is just seems like it's just black, and it just makes the character of Jason that much more intimidating to me, and definitely a more interesting character in terms of his look. With the bag on his head, it's like it works for that film, but it's one of those things like if you continue to do that, like then you're getting into like really generic territory to me. And
Mm,
it's almost like not that different from wearing a ski mask. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. Uh, as for the question, you probably would have gotten a trilogy, as
Mm,
in just after the third film. Maybe with luck, a fourth film, but I don't think anything after that.
no.
At most, it'd be a third or the fourth film, and that's it. So, just maybe a third film. May if they tried 3D, even with that, maybe they did a bit of change, and then maybe they would have tried a fourth one. It truly would have been a final chapter,
Hmm.
and because they wouldn't have as much marketability with the look. Because yeah, the hockey mask just just made Jason defining look,
Yeah.
him a defining look, and
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot. So
It would be like if Michael Myers in Halloween, like if he just wore a clown mask or a scarecrow mask, you know, like in Halloween Ends, or Corey's mask that he wore.
oh yeah,
Like without the William Shatner mask spray painted white, like you don't have that defining look for that character.
yeah.
This is for you, Matt. And Nick's asking,
I
did
uh,
you?
I honestly don't remember. The only one I remember is the first one in the remake. So and I like the original, the remake not so much. The second one I don't remember much of anything on it. So
Why did you not like the remake again? Just curious.
Ryan Reynolds, I thought was miscast. There's nothing really scary or creepy about it. Even the music, like they have the music
Hmm.
from the original in the trailer, is nowhere in the movie. I don't know, just the way the finale played out just felt very
Yeah,
lackluster,
I
very
remember a
lame.
lot of bad, lazy jump scares.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, a lot of those in it.
And yeah, Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds is just miscast. Like he's just McMuscles. Like a
yeah,
lot of it, and Ryan Reynolds I like as an actor, but like it just seemed like a lot of
yeah,
that was just him just trying to show off how good he is in terms of his physique, and then at the same time just trying to show some range as an actor, but I think this is a little too
Mhm.
early in his career. So I don't think he
Mhm.
really had that range yet. So when he's trying to
Mhm.
be, intimidating or creepy or showing this guy who's coming apart like James Brolin did in the first film, it's just not nearly as effective. And he did a lot of just like this, just making this face and trying too
Yeah.
hard and like doing the heavy breathing stuff. That's what I remember a lot of it was just I'm gonna make a mean face and I'm gonna breathe out of my nose.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think of the Thanksgiving trailer, Matt?
I thought it looked generic. I thought it looked like the same thing I've seen dozens of times with some slashers. Nothing about it stands out. Just nothing about the characters, the cast, the story. Nothing stands out, and someone dressed like a pilgrim does not excite me
Yeah,
for a slasher film or not. It just, I don't know.
it's like the
It works for
Quaker
a
Oats
trailer.
guy. It's like the Quaker Oats guy just
Yeah,
lost his shit.
yeah. It works for a trailer. And then you don't have Michael Bean. Instead, you went to Patrick Dempsey. I mean, I don't mind Patrick Dempsey, but that's a step down to go from Michael Bean to Patrick Dempsey. So,
Do you think Eli Roth is a poor writer, and how do you feel when him and Rob Zombie consider themselves the next Wes Craven and the next Toby Hooper?
what has Eli Roth done that's compared to Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I don't know. Definitely not Knock Knock or
I mean, Kevin Fear and Hostel is his popular ones, and I don't think they're near Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 or 2. Let alone Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Serpent and the Rainbow, People on the Stairs. So,
and with Rob
and
Zombie,
if they're
it's
saying,
like
yeah, go ahead, Rob Zombie.
what even is his like best or good movie at this point? Like,
People say Devil's Rejects.
yeah, I could kind of see that, but
House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, probably the two big ones he has.
yeah, but everything
I'm
else
never
after
into
that,
those.
bad, including the
It's not the
third one,
monsters.
Three from Hell.
It's not the monsters.
No. Um,
So
I don't think they should consider themselves or even mention themselves in the same stratosphere as those two directors.
not at all.
Prom Night did the ski mask. Oh yeah, they did.
And they didn't do it again because it got a sequel that and that theater didn't. Well, the theater was dead, but there was no copycat or anything.
Yeah.
It was just a completely different story.
There's like four of those, if I remember correctly. There's three more
Yeah,
sequels.
two with
Um,
Mary Lou, which was there's more Mary Lou than the Ski Mask Killer in Prom Night.
yeah, the Mary Lou Prom Night 2, that one was more of like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of ripoff
Yeah,
mixed with Carrie.
yeah.
Um, which I didn't mind, to be honest. I think that one's actually not that bad for what it is.
Hmm.
Um, what did you think of A Nightmare Before Christmas?
I liked it. I did get your request. I did watch it. I'll record a review as soon as I can. But I liked the film.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
rewatch that
short.
pretty soon. I also got a request for that. I picked it up in 4K recently. I haven't seen the film in years, but I do remember liking it. It's one of those films that it's very much inspired by Tim Burton's style, and I could see why some people just seem to just attribute the film solely to Tim because of that.
Mm.
But I feel that's really taking a lot away from Henry Selick and what he did with that film. And
Hmm.
it's kind of annoying when it's like, oh, a Tim Burton film and Tim Burton this, and it's like, but Henry Selick directed. Tim Burton didn't direct that movie, so
Right.
it's just one of those things. It's like, can we please give Henry Selick his due more than more
Yeah.
often? Um, I haven't seen Expendables 4 yet. I did download a link for it, and yeah, it sounds awful. It looked bad from the trailer, and then hearing stuff about Stallone's ring gets stolen, Barney Ross's ring gets stolen, and then it's like on a dildo. I
Hmm. Yep, it is. It is.
this is what the franchise has come to now. Is it, dildo
Yep.
jokes and Megan
Yep.
Fox.
Hmm.
What are our thoughts on the live action Legend of Zelda movie? I mean, I'm not like a diehard Zelda fan, so I can honestly take it or leave it kind of thing.
Neither am I. I mean,
I think
I
it
don't
could
mind.
work,
Yeah.
possibly, if you have a good script and, the right cast. And I have more faith in something like that working nowadays because of Sonic, films like
I
that.
I give two shits about it because I don't mind A Link to the Past, but I'm not a Zelda guy and I'm not a fantasy guy, so they'll probably look more like Lord of the Rings, and I'm not even a Lord of the Rings fan, so I'm not the
Mhm.
guy for that type of stuff.
Mhm.
I'm not the audience for it.
Yeah, I did see the Night Swim trailer. Seems like a typical January horror film. Fuck you, it's January type of film. That's what it seemed like.
It's about a haunted swimming pool, so that tells you everything.
It's only a matter of time before we got that one. In fact, I think we already have. Isn't it called The Pool? Doesn't that already exist?
I never saw it, so I don't know.
Um, I mean, we live in a world where we have two deathbed films, so it's not surprising that we have like another
Yeah.
haunted swimming pool movie. Um, but yeah, we're over 3 hours, and I know Matt's been on here for a while, and I got some stuff I want to get done too, and I gotta get up in the morning and go to work. So probably call it here. It's been fun. Thank you everybody for joining in, and thanks yet again to Matt for joining me. And until the next time,
Yeah.
see you later.
See ya.